Welcome, one and all. Sorry about that. I had a strange noise come through on my computer, and I know I'm sideways, but I am just working on this machine over here, and I thought I would come live. Let me flick over to there and say hello, howdy doody 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 to several people. We were watching Joey, and then it went offline. Another amazing stream with Joey on a laptop repair. And he went off, and I thought, well, there's nobody streaming. What are we going to do? What are we going to do? We can't leave everybody in the lurch if there's nobody streaming. Checked, Andy weren't streaming, Chill weren't streaming, several others weren't streaming. So I just thought, well, why not? I'm sat in my little office all alone, twiddling my poor little thumbs.
PCDD, you little shit.
Why not stream? Why not give it a shot? I will be picking up on, a couple of things what we did start the other day, in fairness. So some of it will have some continuity, but as you can see, not ready at all. I give myself 7 minutes to get ready. Just not long enough in the slightest. But we will give it a shot. So let's say hello. Hello, Chris F in the UK. Howdy doody. Morning, now evening, Chill. We've got a new subscriber, James. Good afternoon. And we've got Enrich, Pitco, Scrubby Dubby Doo, did it. Fishing Frustrations UK. Good afternoon. Back to Chris. Cows. Evening, Charles. Afternoon, Charles. Morning, Charles. Elodie. And we are Chris Psychic. Afternoon Psychic. Welcome, Wirral viewers, one and all. Welcome. So, where are we? I was going to give you an update on something. Oh yes, a couple of strange updates today. Couple of strange updates. If anyone didn't see the last live stream, which kind of put me quite on edge, in fairness, I know it probably didn't look like a lot when you guys were watching at your end, and I will just thank everybody for their messages and their support and going to the effort to find clips and things like that. Even today, people's been messaging and thinking. So thank you so much for everybody who contributed and helped and commented and everything else on that one. Upshot is a clip was found from when the items were dropped off, and it's quite visible that I went, don't want it, and later on in the same video, a few minutes later before they were leaving, they tried to give me it again. I went, and this time you can hear me audio going, I don't want it, just the laptop. So and then they exit with the offending article. So yeah, I was a bit relieved with that, but I know it looks like a bit of a storm in a teacup, so I apologise, guys. There was a lot more intent with different conversations which happened over the phone, not necessarily face to face. So I was a little bit worried, and it did play in mind. So we're going to skip forward on from that one as well. So we're going to leave that behind us. But thank you so much for everybody who has shown support and whatnot there. So thank you, everybody. Also, there was another one on the day which has made me smile. I told the story on the same day where I'd received a phone call the day before, and because he didn't like the quote, he started swearing and effing and calling me a see you next Tuesday and all sorts of things like this, which wasn't particularly nice, and then hung up on me. Of course, he didn't like the quote. You never guess what? They actually brought the PC in today for me to do the work. Lied to me, lied to my face, and gave me a different area and a slightly different name, and I did ask the question that had they gone anywhere else, and they went, yeah, and then named 2 places where they'd been, neither of which were me. So clearly they've been somewhere else, because it's in a different state now to what it was when they originally rang me, and have been severely let down by them. So that did make me chuckle a little bit. As well, but me being the person I am, I just smile sweetly to myself, and I'm going to help them out, and I'm going to do everything what they need to be done on it. So yeah, it was a little bit bittersweet, that one for me. Made me smile a little bit. So there we go. I weren't reading chat whilst I was doing that. Sorry. Oh, guys. Sidekicks. ABS. Good afternoon. Oh, I ain't got my volume up. Not that I think they're playing. Guys, I honestly don't know why my speakers aren't playing any of my commands, so I didn't even hear the iShip. Really do apologise. My stream bots, no idea. Works when it works, and then decides not to work. No idea. I'll be happy when... Well, I don't know. I'll be happy with something. But hello anyway. AVS, I've been watching your videos with no chat. Quite like those. I like the idea of the things what you've been posting with no distractions, just the video as well. So I've been captured upon some of those on there. Alexandro, I remember the name, Alexandro, I think it is. But anyway, howdy all. I like a little family here. It is. It's like a little family. Did you send it to him? I did, Chris. In the end, I sent him. I did 2 screen records on my phone of different timestamps. One with the bits going back in his bag, and the second one with me refusing the bag. And they have been sent. So yeah, I'm not going to go into any more with that because it's a. I don't want to keep reliving it. But yeah, it's all behind us now. PC8 short. Yeah, that was the one, weren't it? I would have told him where to go. Fishing frustrations. I was very tempted. Very tempted. I was very. Again, it got to me a lot more so than anything else. There was quite a few other bits going off at the same time, which I was dealing with. But yeah, needs to grow a thicker skin. But the community was amazing. I put the PCDD symbol up in the sky and everybody came running, a bit like bat signal. Everyone came running. Honestly, guys, the support has kind of took me back a little bit. There's quite a few comments on the different VODs, a few private messages, a couple of emails, a couple of text messages, WhatsApp messages. So yeah, it's yeah, I can only thank for the support. And I think you all know that. I know I do this for a job, but I ain't brilliant at the technical side. The stuff I've been doing is a bit more like a service technician changing parts in now. So a lot of the electronic stuff, anyway, is really, really new to me. And my ability is there, and a lot of people's there. And I don't profess to be amazing at soldering, don't profess to be amazing at diagnostics, don't know how to use a multimeter, but everything else in that ain't my bag. So that's it is a learning journey for me. So please don't over-egg my ability. I do not pretend to be anything that I am not, apart from what I do, which is deliver good customer service and try my best for every customer that walks through the door. And it's certainly improving a lot with the help of chat, and it's such an amazing community. Anyway, I got my mug today from... oh, did you get the mug? Mine's still not arrived. James got his as well. James sent me a WhatsApp the other day with a picture of his mug on. And I still haven't got mine. Still have not got mine. So I still don't know what it looks like in the fresh. Mine was caught in customs, actually, in Lithuania, which is where mine's coming from for whatever reason. So yeah, mine is still not on its way. So still haven't got it in the hand. I'm too old school. I prefer comments. I can see. Yeah. I'm the same. I'm the same. Yeah, we're all learning new skills. Pico, I don't profess to be a master of anything. Give me back. Oh dear, Russ. If it weren't a family-friendly stream, I would explain something quite graphic to you. Oh, Russ is the best ever. No question, just simply the best. Look at that, he triggers with his name. Evening, Russ. Afternoon, Russ. Whatever it is in the United States. 7 hours behind, I think. So about 9 a.m., 9:45 in the morning. So good morning, Russ. Morning. So, gentlemen, I am doing that. The ones I've got, and I'm only going to stream just to fill the time more than anything else with you guys, because I do enjoy it. I've got this one to try and install Windows on, but it's playing up tremendously on me at the moment, so I can't really. I don't know about that one. But also, remember the tough book what we started? We had luck, and it was playing up tremendously. Oh, I had a lengthy conversation with the customer. Really nice guy. Know him well. Oh dear. He was cooking when I spoke to him, and I did say to him, I need to come round for tea if you're cooking that, because what he was cooking sounded amazing. You just ate it when you drop something down back, and it goes all the way down to the bottom of the floor, and it's right down there. I can't get to it. They're only a couple of screws. I'll grab them in a little while because I've gone and messed my drawers up now. So this did you speak to the Coke spill woman? I did speak to the Coke spill woman, and the Coke spill woman's laptop is actually right up there. She wants that board. I've explained to her that it might need other bits and bobs, and I think it's an issue with the 5-volt rail on there. So she's not in a mega rush now. Oh, she's actually no. It's a bit of a quandary. I've got that one to do. I weren't too sure about doing it on stream. That was all, guys. I was going to do the tough book on stream and do that one off stream. So we've got a choice, and I'll leave it down to chat what they want me to do. If I press that one, there we go. So we've got this tough book, which I'm not really looking forward to doing. This one looks like it might be a frozen BIOS, but we all know how these are built. So this is either going to be a full strip down to get to the BIOS chip, and it will be a full strip down because I think from memory the BIOS chip is on this side at circuit board, so you've got to go in from the back and take everything out, right, including the circuit board. So I'm not looking forward to that at all. So we can do that one, or we can do the Coke spill woman, which obviously didn't have any signs of Coke in it, which had the power issue. But I'm really scratching my head on that one. I'm really there we go. Cows are spoken. Coke spill. We'll do Coke spill then. I'm really at a loss with that. So I will need, I'll tell you now, guys, I will need some assistance and help with that. And I'm sure everyone will help as much as they possibly can. But my skill and ability on there will be sadly lacking compared to you guys. We did have this one disassembled yesterday, so Coke spill it is. There we go. Didn't even have to put that up for a debate, did we? Dead easy like that. That as the tough book one, yeah, I agree. I agree with the tough book one. So this is basically the Coke spill one. I did speak to her, and she did reconfirm. Running around in your brain. Yeah, Coke spill. Hello, Nick. Yeah, this Coke spill. She did confirm that when she took, and she even showed me other, because we went on FaceTime together. She did confirm when she took it out of the bag, and she showed me all the stuff which were in the bag. The other stuff was absolutely sodden with brown sticky Coke. And she took this out of the bag, and she had to dry it all off and wipe it, and it dripped out and everything. And I showed her on camera, there is no kind of real signs of it. And we looked at the board yesterday. So we'll have another look at this one. This is one where we have got main power rail. But the laptop is not drawing any current or posting. Now, she did say when she tried to turn it on, it came up on the screen. Half screen was black, then it had a line, then the other half were kind of all jittering and whatnot. So it sounded like it tried to do something. That was the last life she got out of it. Obviously the battery is an internal, so it was left connected and whatnot. But yeah, the main power rail is present. The 3.3 is present. We just don't get any 5-volt, but we did have some corrosion around the U-gate on the next to the USB up here, and also on the daughter board, which is the separate one, which was on here also. Oh, just bear me 1 second, guys. I've got somebody here that I wasn't expecting. 1 second.
PCDD, you little shit. PCDD, you little shit.
Sorry guys, I wasn't expecting these two ones. Just dropped a laptop off with no power, which we might have a look at after here. And then this one's a desktop coming in. Right, sorry, this is another one which is just coming, guys. This one, he put it quite a distance actually. He's come probably about an hour and 20 minutes to me through a recommendation. Lives probably a good 60 mile away, I would say, something like that. He thought his power cable had gone, so got a new power cable. Wasn't that? Thought it was his power supply, so bought a new power supply. Still not working, so he's brought it to me for diagnostics and a repair. But I haven't got room in my office, so I'm going to just put this in the other room like I would normally do. 2 ticks, guys. Oh, dear me. Oh, that's heavy. It will do. Oh, weren't expecting either one of those two. So where were we? Where were we? My ears. Sorry, did I just shout? Sorry, Nick, did I shout, or did somebody do something they shouldn't have done? Customers always getting in the way of business. They do, I tell you, they do. Even though I didn't put it on pause, my commands may be working. I don't know. I can't hear my commands. Can't hear any of them coming through at all. So if you like, subscribe, do any of the things, can't hear it. Really do apologise. Really do apologise. So I'm not ignoring you. Just can't hear it on there. Yeah, I honestly don't know why they're not working. My streamer bot is connected. All 3 are connected. They're all activated. They're all on. Yeah, it's just shocking. If we pull this across, if you look there, it's connected. It's connected. All my commands are sat there, all in the right screens and everything else. I don't know at all. I really don't know. But anyway, we'll get on with this. So, where we are with this. Spud's done now. Oh, enjoy your tea if you're having potatoes. I'm going to put you on that screen there. Yeah, so where this is, I think it's got a problem with the 5-volt power rail. She's got a meeting with it tomorrow. I said I would have a look. I was going to look at it tonight, but we'll have a look tomorrow. So we will recap where we are on here, but I will need assistance because this is certainly beyond my my ability at the moment. But hopefully, every day that goes by, I get better and better. You know what it's like. So let's get the power supply on screen. I didn't bother putting the power supply on because I didn't think we would be doing this one. I thought we'd be doing the BIOS one. It's not an issue. I will get it all up and running. Just give me that one there, 2 ticks. And that one there. So we should have power supply on screen now. We'll get the multimeter on screen also, which is that one there. Control connect. Port 3, okay, and press OK on that, and local on there. So we should have everything on screen that we need to have on screen. Some work this side, yeah, some work my side, some work don't. I can't hear any of them at the moment. Some used to work on my side, and some have just stopped working completely. So yeah, I really don't know why. So we'll turn the power supply on, and we've got 19.5 volts as we can see up there. Let's zoom down. Really chilly in here. So this is the motherboard. There is no other signs of corrosion. I have been over this again today and had a look round, and I cannot see any other signs of corrosion. It is spotlessly clean. Nathan screen display creation. I didn't. What was that, Nick? What was Nathan screen display creation? I don't even know what that is. That's completely new to me. Nathan as in parts people. Now that comes through. I can hear that. We need to get rid of that. I can't remember whether I used to get rid of. Ignore that one. That's a countdown timer, that one, to remind me to drink. Because, you know, I keep forgetting to drink. Right, so I'm going to just, whilst we are doing this, I'm just going to get this set up. We are on HP. Because it is a HP, I believe. Let me double check. Or is it an Acer? Can't remember what it was. It is a HP. He may now. Oh, that one. Yes, I saw. I saw the one for the multimeter. I've downloaded it. I've just not installed it yet. You mean the one for the multimeter? I think it's not. Is it multimeter or power supply? I can't remember. I did put a comment on his video and said yes, I'm going to be trying it. If it's that one which you're referring to. But I can't remember whether it's my multimeter or my power supply. But as you can see, I've not. I think it's power supply. I've not tried either yet. Or is it power supply? No, it's multimeter because it's so fast a response, and also you've got the line tracking graph. So it is that. Yeah, it is multimeter. I've not done it yet. I do intend on doing it, but I've got a long list of stuff that I still intend on doing. And like everything, it always gets a bit sidetracked. So I'm going to be using the UD1700, which is my little emulator box, so it emulates the thing. We will set this to HP, because it's a HP. He was talking about the video last night. Oh! No, don't know that one at all. Am I missing... am I missing some chat here? Nick, yes, I think I know which one you're on about. I have downloaded that. Where do I get it? I'll tell you where this one came from. James, I'm not too sure which video you mean. Yeah, this one is, I got this off AliExpress. James has done an amazing video on this. I can send you the link to it. I'll get the link now because a few people's asked me about this, so I am going to get the link. And I'll post it in chat so at least everyone can see what it is. I'll just go to my shop, my order, sorry, and it will tell me view, and I'll post a link. What this basically does, it'll emulate either Dell, Lenovo or HP center pin requirements, so you don't have to use a genuine charger, or if you've not got the genuine charger, it'll let you do that. So I will just click on there and see if I can get a link, copy, 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 copy. And I'll post this to the stream chat so everyone can have a look. It's a really, 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 in my view, a really clever piece of kit. How do you see your own? There we go. Clever piece of kit. How do you see your own? I couldn't even find my own chat there. I'll post it in there. There we go. So this is the thing which I was on about. So what this will allow you to do is the UD1700. You can select what manufacturer, HP, Dell, or Lenovo, because they need the genuine chargers on and off there. And you've got two outputs. You've got output 1 and output 2. You've got your input there, which is 19.5 to 20 volts, and you've also got a USB-C output there as well. You've got a voltage and amp meter on there, and then you can then say what size HP charger, Lenovo or Dell, for example. So I think this is probably going to be about 120 watts, so that is the one which I would select. And all you simply then do, you connect it to your power supply, which in my case is on OBS at top of the screen, as we can see up there. It will illuminate on here, tell me the voltage. It will also read current draw as well. So if you've not got a power supply at all, and you just plug a laptop charger in here, it'll tell you obviously what voltage the laptop charger is, and it'll also give you a current draw as well. So even if you haven't got the facility to read current, you can still see this, and this is where it becomes invaluable for obviously diagnosing and so on. You then get a cable, you get a few cables with it. You then get a cable with a multiple end on, so Dell, HP big, Lenovo square, and Lenovo, HP and Dell there, and they all have the center pin. You also get some Mac cables with it for different Macs, all the different Macs from USB-C to all those bits and bobs. Anyway, simply plug that in there. Oops, plug that in there. get the other end, plug it into your respective laptop, which one here. This is not going to do anything because I know the motherboard is dead, but if it was, you would flick that switch to turn it on. It draws a little bit of current, so just ignore that, because that's just a bit of current what the unit is drawing through to power itself, and then you can just see there is 0.1 there anyway, which is just the current draw for this. But the laptop itself is not pulling any current. If it was, we would get the ampage readout there on there, and it is emulating the correct manufacturer charger. Yeah, it is. It does the sense pin, it does everything, and you can just simply select, as I say, select the respective manufacturer there. If you want a really good in-depth video on it, a lot better than my description, James JFix has got a really good video. James, feel free to post your link in here from your video so the guys can see it if so, but it is a really, really good video that James done. That's why I bought it. There are a couple of downsides, I will say, chap. This is a genuine one, and the build quality is not amazing. It's okay, but it's not amazing quality. This cable, what you get with it, is literally old laptop chargers, what they've cut off and just kind of soldered onto a board in here. I put a lot of hot glue in here just to act as strain relief on there. What I have gone and done on this plug end here, which disconnects, because you've also got a light here like you would on a Dell, which will show us if there's a short. I've got another one of these cables. I have put some other ends on because there's still some ends which are a bit more unique with the center sense pin to do that. But the nice thing is I've got, I don't know, 20 amp cable now, straight to the power supply, straight to this and through, or I can just use it as a straight through thing, and you can use it as a voltmeter, for example, an amp meter for USB-C powered power goods. So, and it'll work on whatever voltage. And I think that maxes out at 20 amp does the readout. But yeah, James JFix has done a brilliant review on it, so check James's out by all means. Anyway, where are we? I have 2 or 3 laptop power supplies. I'll dig them out and get the info if anyone needs them. I have, if anybody does need a laptop power supply, I don't know if you've probably seen it, I have a box of them. If you're ever really struggling, you can't locate a specific power supply, let me know. I'm more than happy to donate a charger for you if you are struggling. There's all sorts in there, a lot less than we were, because I had about, I don't know, half dozen of these boxes. Yeah, if you are really struggling for one, let me know, and we can donate one if you're happy to pay the postage, because obviously postage can be quite expensive, certainly abroad. I'm still happy to post it out if I've got one, and I won't charge you for the part. Anyway, we will get back to this. So plug that there and flick the power supply on. It draws a little bit of current. It then doesn't do anything else. We've tested the board. There's no shorts anywhere on the board. We have our 19 volt rail present on the board after the MOSFETs. We have 3.3 present on the keyboard and power switch, and even when I bridge the power switch out to turn it on, it jumps up to 180 millivolts, and as soon as I disconnect the bridge, it drops back down. We've got 3.3 in there, but all the other things I do not have any power on. Can't find a 5 volt for love nor money. Nothing present at all. So I'm in your hands, guys. Where, what, how do you want me to proceed? Where should I be checking? What should I be doing? Things like that. I have checked all the USB sockets under microscope. The only one I didn't check actually, which was USB-C for Charlie. So we'll just disconnect my power supply again. We'll see if we can get this off the end of the bench. Get some light on it. We'll see if we can focus down onto here. Yeah, they look a bit shiny, but I don't think they're bridged. And flip it over and look at it on the back. Yeah, they're not bridged. There's a couple there which are looking a bit iffy, but I don't think they're bridged. And I can't see any issues with it on there. HDMI looked fine, and the USB ports absolutely look fine as well, which was hiding there. This is the one where we saw a bit of corrosion on the IC chip down here, on the U-gate. Sorry, on there. That was where we saw some of the corrosion, but we've cleaned all that off, and that looks pretty much spot on now. So yeah, get this focus back down. I've checked around the EC chip. I cannot see any shorts on the EC chip. I cannot. Is that crack just there? I'm just looking to see what that mark is just there. Is it my? Yeah, it looks to be my eyes. I thought there was a mark on it. You probably can't. I don't know if it's coming across on camera with you guys, but I can see a slight mark just coming diagonal there, but under a different light it's not. And that, yeah, I think that's just a bit of surface dirt rather than anything else. Anyway, is this the one we were going through the start? No, that is a completely different one, James. That one, we spent so much time with the oscilloscope and startup sequence and stuff like that, that the customer had then said, don't spend any more time on that one. He didn't want anything else doing to it. So he's left that as a donor board, because it was an older laptop, that one. Anyway. Sharky, good afternoon, Sharky. Sharky, hello. Was that the 6WS then? Who, what, when, where, and how? Who, what, when, who, what, where, I can't even get all them out. Who, what, when, where, how? So yes, guys, this has probably exceeded my ability, my knowledge, and I'm not scared to acknowledge that it has. We've all got limitations, and that is my limitations. That's my journey. That's what I'm trying to learn. So next time I'll be able to take it one stage further. So I'm going to just check around the EC chip just to see if we've got any voltages coming in. On any of the oh, that's what I was going to check. I was going to check. Tell you what, I was going to check. I was going to check continuity on the U-gate transistor thing down here, which had the corrosion on. I wanted to see if we had any shorts on that. So that one's open line. That's open line. So there's no continuity. Checking diode mode, will that make a difference? Tighten that back up. Open. So it looks like I am activating that, because you can see it flicking up for, so we've got 1.2 current drop that way. Swap the probes over. That looks like it's operating correctly to me. Is 5 volt present? Can't find 5 volt anywhere, James. I will start trying that now. I missed Y. Oh, sorry. Was that Y? Customer, if you're asking why, customer said she'd spilt some liquid on this, but we can't see any signs of liquid damage. So we're just treating it as a we started from the beginning, and the only things we found is the 19 volt rails present past the second MOSFET, and the 3 volt is present on the power button, but there's nothing else present. It's drawing no current, no nothing. There's no shorts anywhere. Cannot see any shorts at all on anything else on there. I'm just going to plug the power supply back in. I'm just going to test if there's any 5 volts anywhere, but I don't think I can find 5 volts on any of the things. Put these right way because it might help, just for making these meter look pretty. So get that on there. So nothing on that pin. Got 3 volts on there. I've got 3 volts on there. I thought we might have a 5-volt issue on it, because that's the one we can't find. So I've got nothing on any of these legs or pins, as we can see. So nothing on any of those. Yeah, it seems like a diode, that one. Yeah, I would agree. It seems like a diode. 1.2 seems like a diode. Well, it seems like it's on as well. If it's passing it through, am I thinking that's right? If we've got 3 coming in here, 3 coming out there, that's obviously passing it through. So that seems like it was. There was a scratch on the board, if you remember. This is the one with the scratch on. But when I spoke to the customer, says anybody else ever opened it? She went no. So I'm presuming that was done at factory. But that scratch doesn't look like it's gone through any of the things. We did zoom in on it when we were looking the other day, yesterday, and couldn't see anything on there at all. But yeah, this is powered up still. So what we can see on power meter is literally what it's drawing or not drawing. When I get power meter back up, is as you can see, no current draw at all. Ooh, evening Arnold, morning Arnold, afternoon Arnold, I'm not too sure where it is, or 7 hours away, so it's probably afternoon, morning, late morning. The main 5-volt might not come on until the board turns on. 5-volt LDO should be on standby. Yeah, there's no, I can't find anything with 5 volts on it at all, anywhere around the board. I've tested absolutely everything for 5 volts. So I've tested, I mean, that's obviously battery. I think that's the battery charging. And when we have tried it with battery on as well, and we get the same scenario. It's not triggering the battery charge, but the battery looks, when we tested the battery looked fully charged, because we did measure it on battery. I've got nothing on any of these coils. I've got no shorts on these coils either. As I say, the only one I can find power on, which is the 3-volt, which is sat down here, which is the power button 3-volt. We have got main power rail out of ITE chip data sheet pinout checked. I've not checked the data sheet on the chip as yet. Into focus. Put that way, because it'll make it a damn sight easier to view and read if it was the correct orientation. I haven't checked anything around the board as such, just to see if we've got, I would have thought if we've got 3.3, isn't 3.3 triggered with the ITE chip? Am I right or wrong on that? I'm not too sure. I thought 3.3 came from this chip. The good thing is the corrosion was a million miles away from here, but it doesn't mean to say it's not. Woohoo, I can see the components now. Hee. Let me turn my reflective light down a bit. That's the wrong way. Let that compensate. It's all in there. Is there, but chip could trigger other drives to enable voltage. Ah, right, yeah. Yeah, I mean, I've checked the caps, and I couldn't see any shorts on any of the caps round here. I don't have anything on pin 8 of the, because I was presuming this was the BIOS chip, and I didn't have any voltage on pin 8, which I thought was a standby voltage on the BIOS chip. So if I was right on that, I've got no standby voltage for the BIOS chip, because I'm imagining that's should have voltage on there. I would have thought. Got 3 volts there, which looks like a bit more of a power circuit side. Got 3 volts there. So the thick track there, which I'm presuming is some type of power delivery circuit, has got the voltage on, or 2.9 volts should I say, rather than 3. Right, there's a big thick trace there, so this is probably ground, I would have thought. Yeah, so there's nothing on there, so I'm presuming that's ground, because that's another thick trace. I mean, I could be wildly off the mark here. I'm not sure. I'm assuming rather than anything else. I can't see any other big thick traces. Let me zoom in a bit. Right, so what I think I'm going to do, I want to see if I can search James's database for the chip layout for this chip, and find. Oh, Jasmed, hello. We know which chip makes 5 volt. 3.3 when you plug it in, sus. Now we do have 3.3, but only 3.3 on these, which is for the keyboard. We've got a 3.3 sat on here. Got a 3.3 sat there if you look, which is on the keyboard connector. So it is making a 3.3, and there's a 3.3 on the board, but that's it. What we're working on? We're working on a laptop which has got, well, it's just not working really. We've got 19 volts and we've got 3.3, but no 5, and it's just not drawing any current at all. But there's 3.3. No, nothing on the BIOS chip. Can't find, because I'm presuming that is the BIOS chip. That looks like a BIOS chip to me. 25LR128. That looks like a BIOS chip to me. So if we check pin 8, which I thought was the pin I should be checking, I've got no voltage there, and I've got, I think pin 1's ground on these, is it? But if I check all 4 corners just to be sure, I've got no voltage on any of them at all. So it's obviously not having a. I'm going to have a look for the schematic next. IT is on. Oh, I'll look on your database, James. Yes. We have the fuses, Chris. I'm not too sure which fuses to check, in fairness, mainly because we do have voltages around the board, and the fuses that I've checked, which I can see, have all been present. So we've got 3.3, we've got, and the fuses, like on the EDPs, okay, and places like that, they all seem to be absolutely fine. So yeah, and obviously the main power rail is present as well. So because I'm thinking we get, this is the final stage of the main power rail. It comes in over here, goes through the current. I'm presuming that's the current sense for the battery connector, which is sitting here. And I'm presuming that's for that. We've then got these fuses are both okay. So we've got 3 volts there. We've not got 3 volts there though. Stick that in continuity mode. That's fine. That's fine. We've got 2 more fuses down here, or 3 more fuses down here, should I say. That's fine. That's fine. That's fine. And then the only other fuses that I could see were, where were they now? I know we've got one on the EDP port. We've got one there which is for, I'm not sure. We've got one there. That one's fine. And then I think we're all the way up to the big chunky one on the display. That one's fine. We've got one pair hiding up here. Yeah, so all fuses that I could see were fine. I checked these the other day. One on here somewhere, up there. Yeah. So they all look, all the fuses look like they're intact. I don't think there was any more down here. No, wasn't. So yeah, that's where it was. So let me bring the diagram for this this ITE chip up. I'm just going to bring, if anybody's not aware, James has got an amazing database. So if I'm right, you're saying you're getting TG power rails but missing 5 volts. Yeah, I'm missing 5 volts. That's what I think I'm missing. Top right, oh wait there, that is the BIOS. Top right is ground. Does 5 volt come off the battery? Well, I had the battery in and we had the same readings when I tried that FF to see where it was. Check 5 volt buck converter. Make sure feedback circuit is okay and not shorted. Right, where would I find that, Chris? Because that sounds like a really good logical place. But you check the MOSFETs. Yeah, checked all the MOSFETs that I could see. All the ones which look like conventional MOSFETs. Obviously, anything which doesn't look like conventional MOSFET is still a MOSFET I have not checked because I don't know what they look like. But everything that you would expect to call a MOSFET like these things, I have checked. But as I say, we're getting power out of them. We're getting power out of them. I've checked the on diode check, and all the MOSFETs were, even the ones around the CPU up here, all seem to be fine. Without any issues, or I think that's just a mark on the chip because that's got the same mark on if you look on there. Need to find what turns 19 volt to 12 volt into 5 volt. Yeah, that's the thing. I'll have a look on the chip diagram to see if there's anything which is. Because you watch some of these other creators and they'll go, oh, here's a great big hole there, there's a piece of capacitor missing and things like that. They might have made 400 videos to get to that. I never seem to get one where the amount of times I can count on one hand I get a laptop in where it's the cap. So it's always a little bit more in depth. I don't know why. But it always seems a little bit more in depth. Right, let's have a look at this ITE chip first. I'll bring the schematics. If anybody doesn't know, James has an amazing database where we can punch things in as this, and it will tell us. I have him saved on my. No, that's email. Clicked on the wrong one completely. Close that. Same picture as that. I think it's 5 volt inductor had iron resistance. 99% times I've got 5 volt missing where due to audio chips. Well, I know it was the other one which I think we had an audio chip on. Let's look under. I mean, audio chip. You would think that that's audio chip round there. Because obviously I believe this is maybe speaker down here and obviously headphone jack here. So that looks like the audio chip to me. Let me just quickly check to see if I've got any shorts around this chip which are looking a bit iffy. Continuity on there. Right, there's nothing beeping at me to say there's any shorts on the audio side, but that doesn't necessarily mean it's still not an issue. It just means they're not shown as a short on there. Let me bring this database up, and we'll punch this into James's database so we can see what's what. JFix. I'll bring this on that big screen that I've got on here. There we go. So this is a database that James has got. So we'll simply type in here the number. Okay, and it is a is it an E or VE 128? So it's that one there, what we've got. So that's the packet size, that's the primary functions, which is a Super IO embedded controller, and these are the main chip markings, which we can see ours is a 128. If we just look at that, we can see ours is a 128, which is what that is. So we'll, wrong mouse, we'll click on datasheet, click on there. James has all kindly done all the hard work, which is brilliant, means absolutely zippity doo dah to me, but we should be able to see where we are. Oh, I think the 5-volt inductor had high resistance. Let me check that before we go any further then. So the 5-volt inductor, which is probably, I would say, is that one there. Would we think? Yeah, no, it's battery. That's probably a 5-volt one, isn't it? Are we thinking that that's the 5-volt one? Well, according to that, we've got, just split them round. 526 ohms on that inductor there. Yeah, I think that's the culprit there. 526 ohms on that. I'm presuming that is the 5-volt inductor, which is doing that, which is high resistance. I think this is maybe for, I mean, on this one here we've got 75 ohms on its neighbour, which, because I'm thinking that's probably for the RAM. If we look at it, it looks like it's going to the RAM. This one has got climbing, it's climbing into 30 kiloohms. I think that's quite low. Okay, that can't be right. No schematic, no, can't be right. Low, no good. You don't think that's the inductor then? I'm thinking that's the 5-volt one just there, that's the one I've just measured at 500 ohms. That one's got about 75 ohms. That one's creeping up from 20 ohms upwards, and obviously these are CPU here, and there's no other silver inductors on the board. Pinpoint to USB. Inductors don't really fail. Now, see the chip below that inductor? I think that's buck converter. Okay. So that one there is what we're thinking is the buck converter. Let me see if I can clear that up with a bit of magic marker. Colour it in, let it dry, get a tissue, bit of IPA, wipe it off, blow it dry, and angle it and see if we can get a number off it. No, we can't. Where's the... Oh, just subscribe. Thank you very much to... I can't read it on my screen. Let me see that. I don't know who that was who subscribed, but thank you very much. Oh yeah, Prabster Ran, thank you very much, much appreciated. Thank you. Finger, looking for my finger on the little scope so I can see what it is. Focus. It's proving a little bit elusive, this number. Don't know if that's a 3010. Can't really read it. I'll get a bit more light in it and see if that'll help. No, I have no idea what that is. 304. 3040, I think that says. 10 gifted subs. Oh my gosh. Anchor, thank you so much for the extremely kind gift. Thank you very much. And I'm sure any of you guys who are in chat, please say thank you. Thank you very much. I have posted my first members video this week, earlier on this week as well, which is a collaboration between myself, JFix and Joey Does Tech. I have got some other things in the pipeline, but wow, I haven't gifted myself. Thank you so much. Very much appreciated. Thank you. That's going to be bouncing forever with 10 gifted subs. Thank you very much. Thank you very much for... Wow. It still gets me a little bit with the generosity of people for the people of the generosity. Yeah, I'm going to let that play out because I think it's nice to give the recognition. Thank you very much. And if you're in Nano, oh, Nando's got one as well. Nando's will love that. He'll be eating his chicken, enjoying his members thing. So Neil Walker got one. Oh, thanks guys. Thank you very much. And thank you very much to I think it's Ankia one. I think that's how you pronounce it. I do apologise if not, but thank you so much. ET Console Mods got one as well. There's so many of you got one as well. Ryan got one. You deal. I can't pronounce that one. He got one as well. So thanks guys. And if you're in chat, please show the appreciation. Thank you very much on that one. But it does mean you get all my members. My first member, my first and only members video at the moment. I'm going to put a little bit of IPA on my finger and see if we can see any with writing on there and blow dry it and see if that'll come up with anything. That's kind of... Just trying to blow dry this dry to see if anything on there will come up. 3030A. 3030A. Or they ease. 3030A. Just going to go back to James's data sheet, which is here. Just open that up, and I'm just going to do a quick search for 3030. Now, or is it E0? Do we think E0? E0? No, he's not got that one. James, you're slacking. Could that be it? That could be it. He's got this one here. If you look at this one, 30 as a main chip marking on here. Yeah, not doing no manufacturers. I think you probably see it now. Yeah, on these manufacturers here, if I just put 30 into his database, and it's a programmable output voltage single synchronous buck converter, that's sounding like it is a 3x3, which is probably similar to what we've got. And the data sheet, there's two which are the same data sheet. So that is the data sheet for the one what isn't identical on James's, but very, very similar. So if we say the 3.0 product code, yeah, they custom mark the ICs. That could well be somewhere where we can look anyway, and just see if we have got that as if that is a buck converter. That's 3.3, that one, if that is the one. So why don't we measure around that chip, just see what we have got either coming out of it, see if we have got 3.3, because if it's 3.3, input range is that, but the output range is to 3.3. So if we test that one, it'll give us an idea whether it is the 3.3. If there's nothing on it, it could still be the 5. Does that sound like a plan of attack? Don't know if it does or not, but we will test it and see. I'm still got me with those 10 gifted subs. I never know how to react with it. I feel quite humbled when it happens, and I know it happens a lot on YouTube and things like that. But yeah, always makes me feel a little bit humbled when it happens. Okay, so if I bring the sheet up, we are looking at, zoom in on my thing. I know you can't see this, but you're looking through a microscope. Voltage out is pin number 1. So that's where we're probably going to see a voltage if we get one. So we'll just plug the supply back in. Again, we're not going to get anything on the screen. So we'll check pin number 1. And I can find my ground probe. And tighten that up. No, you need board view, yeah. I'm not on live chat, I'm on top chat. Let me just change that to live chat. Live chat, there we go. I'm on live chat now. So pin number 1, which, can we see a dot? Is the dot there? Am I looking at the right area? Is the dot this corner? Can't see any markings on the board for pin number 1 either. Can't see any board markings for that. So if we're assuming that this is pin 1 here, going to this port pad here, just get a ground and just test that. We are plugged in, but we're just not on voltage. We are now. We've got 3 volts there. A nice big pad here, which several of them joined together. So we've got 19 coming in and 3 volts coming out. So that does look like some type of converter, and it's not actually being triggered because obviously these pins here, if we assume that schematic is something close, I know it doesn't necessarily have to be, but we would be looking at something completely different because that doesn't represent that at all. So yeah, I don't know about that. Use a chip diagram as 3 pins are, yeah, ganged. Pin 1 looks bottom right, which looks like ground, yeah. Yeah, well, I'm thinking, let me see if I can find a ground resistance. See where my continuity sits. That we know this is 19 volts in. I'm thinking, no, that's obviously not ground because that's going to one of those. That's not ground. that's definitely not. That's going to a cap, so that's not going to be ground, I would have thought. That's going to be resisted, so that's going to be ground. So this pin here, which is pin 4, 5, 6, pin 6, is ground. And yeah, that chip on there is completely different to that. That's if we're assuming that pin 1 is there. With that, I can't see anything else on the board which is going to do that. Continuity between USB 5 and any core around it to find it. Yeah, let's give that a shot. That's really good. Can we get a better look at markings? Probably a slight signaling or RICTE IC. Good idea, AV. To find 5V, use continuity between inductor and USB port. Yes, I will try that. I'll try the continuity one first because that seems an easier thing for me to do rather than trying to get that in focus, because I'll tell you now, I can't get that in focus. So on here then, which one is the positive pin? This is the USB thing. Which one will be positive on there? Because obviously we know where ground is. That's going to be positive, I would have thought, with the big power rail. Or is it that one? I don't know. That's ground. Ground. Oh, that's ground. Is it that one which is positive, but that doesn't like it's connected? That one does. You've got a USB tester probe. No, I haven't. The only one I've got is just a cheap USB thing that I made with 3-earth. Yeah, there's often a load switch between, you know. Afternoon, Sean. Good afternoon, good afternoon, good afternoon. Any USB breakout, you know, volts on. Let me just have a quick look. Might have. Oh, so look in my USB box here. Yeah, it's not something I have, in fairness, but I do have a USB. I do have a USB. One of these. It's a memory stick, but what that'll do gives me access to the pins on here. So that's ground, obviously. There'll be data, and that's going to be positive. Positive is the bottom one, I would have thought. Do we agree? It is. Oh, let me have a look. It is a. I find the. I can find the number. It's so hard to read these HPs. Can we see it on there? No, I can't. Oh, there we go. That's the motherboard. Oh, that's the laptop, should I say, not the motherboard. So going back to this, I can see that in continuity mode, we've got that's going to be positive down here, which is there. So if we beep test this to the motherboard, which is that one there. So at least we know where it's sitting on there. So it's that pin just there. And that pin's not connected to anything else. So that can come out. So it's the second pin up. So that basically is the 5-volt rail, I would have thought, which goes round here and disappears under those vias just here. Let me go to all. I don't know what 5CDS thingy bob is. Lead farmer, yeah. Look for QRXX chip. That's the 5-volt converter. Where would I look for that? It's going to be around one of the inductors, isn't it? So if we think that that's the 3-volt, that one there is probably RAM, I would have thought. We've got two quite close together. One's going to be 5 and one's going to be 3. I'm assuming, just let me get off microscope a second, because where these, I mean the 5-volt comes in at top at board and then disappears through here to these test points. I'll just get it to this side at board, and then at least I can see. Right, so it appears at this side of the board. It should be one near the RAM. Okay. So we have two near the RAM. We've got one just to the right of the RAM. Let me zoom all the way out so we can see. So obviously RAM chips are there. We've got this one there, which is just above the M2 slot. And we've got that one there, which is immediately below the RAM. So do we think it... Oh, sorry. Oh, brilliant, my camera's frozen. No, wrong screen. That one there, sorry. We've got that one there, which is immediately below the RAM. And we've got one to the right of it. We can see the RAM is here, the CPU's up here. We've got this one here as well, which looks to have some type of buck converter or something down there, which I'm presuming that looks like a MOSFET to me. Am I right in thinking that that's some type of dual channel MOSFET or something? A driver MOSFET. That looks like a power regulator chip, and so does that, but I could be way off. It's got decent traces going to it, so it's obviously handling some current or some voltage, same as this. It's wait there, the board. Yeah, that's the board number. So shall I check to see if we've got any voltage around there? Let's plug that in. We are back on DC voltage, and I have a power supply connected. Got a ground. A what? The one on the right, so that one there. Okie dokie. That's the one. We've got that one, thank you, Alessandro. So this one here has no voltage, but we weren't expecting that. Let me just zoom in on the little, because I'm presuming the buck regulator is the thing immediately below it. Is that thing? Oh, there we go. So this looks like a big power rail. Nothing coming in. Oh, 19 volts coming in. We obviously know there's nothing coming out. We've got 3 volts on that one there, and nothing on that one, which is obviously a major power rail again. Oh no, that'll be ground, won't it? Yeah, that's ground, sorry. That's ground. $2.7 seems a bit low. Check the two caps to the right. The left one should be LDO. Are we referring to these? Those two caps. The left one should be LDO. Right. So we've got 3.2 on that cap there, and we have got 5 volts then. So we have got 5 volts present. So we are producing 5 volt. That is the only place I could find 5 volt. Which is that leg just there, pin number 1. Yep, so we're good on that one then. So we've got 5 and we've got 3 and we've got power rail. Whew. So if we've got 5, we've got 3, and we've got 3.3 on the keyboard, and it is reacting to keyboard in the fact that it's showing some type of small current draw when I press keyboard, when I turn it on. So if you look at the power meter, if I bridge just bridge the keyboard out. If I bridge the keyboard out, if you just look at the power meter for current draw, you will see it does try to do something and then goes off. So I'll touch it now, 1, 2, 3, touching, hold it down, and it kicks up a little bit, but don't really do anything else. So it kicks up a little bit and just doesn't do anything else. It is on board RAM and everything else, so it's not like I can even say it's anything like that which is shorted or shorting. I will stress, guys, this is way beyond I'm just a blunt instrument moving probes around the place. Check 5 volt on the coil. Yeah, nothing on that coil at all. So we have let me zoom back now so I can see. Zip, 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 zip. Move it across slightly. So we've got our correct one. So we don't have 5. We've got 5 volts here, obviously, which we can see, but we don't have 5 volts on that coil. So those pins there aren't actually outputting anything. This is obviously ground and whatnot. So this is the chip's not hot, it's not warm, so it's not like it's that. Oh, Sloth. Hello, Sloth Tech. Hello, hello, hello. Maybe that 5 volt in to chip. Not in standby. I'm pressing the power button. Oh, okay. It should come on. Right. So if I put those, I'm going to try and do this all with one hand. So if I get those on here. Let me stick this somewhere so we've got a ground. So we should have a ground there. So let me make sure I've got a good ground by seeing if I've got 5 volts. We have 5 volts. So, right, I'm going to bridge the power switch out like I was doing. If we watch the whatchamacallit meter, amp meter and whatchamacallit, you will see what happens. Right, it is trying to come on. Can you see that flickering up? So I'm holding the power button down, let go into the power button, and it tries to do something. Yeah, it's not coming on, but it is trying to do something. If you look, I'm on high refresh rate on the meter as well. So again, if I try and turn it on, it's trying to bridge the power switch out to turn on. Get over there. So find me better tweezers than that because they're a bit stiff to do anything with. When you stab yourself 56 times with tweezers and you think, I'm going to put them there so they're out of my way. And then you think, I can't find my blinking tweezers. Might be better. So, we're back on there. Get on the thing, turn it on now. So you can see it's definitely trying to come up and trying to switch on. Lift it. It's coming on, almost 5 volt. I don't think 5 volt is the issue. I mean, resistance to ground is good. Yeah, your resistance to ground on there is 48 ohms. Meg ohms now. Fluctuating about. Let me just swap the probes, negative to positive. So one way it's 5.3 kilo ohms, the other way we're going into meg ohms. It's fair to say that something isn't reporting feedback, so then it does not proceed. Yeah, it's kind of going, I'm going to turn on and then would I be right in thinking that obviously if we think about it logically, it's going to here, so it's something after this point. I can lift the coil. Yeah, I can lift the coil at one side, see if it's coming on. And then at least it'll tell us if it's after there where the problem is or before there. Is there a timing guide like before? I can't see one on James's database because we don't have a schematic. So I haven't got a timing diagram for this. Let me just pull James's database up again and ITE 55 IT, not ITE, IT 557. IT 557. Doesn't work without a coil. What is the chip with the pink dot? That one there, I'm presuming you mean. That looks like a... Can't see what that is really. It's RT, so is that going to be... Why is my... stupid thing taking a picture. Let me flip the board around so we can see what that says. Unplug that. RT 3674, that... don't know. RT 3674, let me pull that one up on James's database. RT36. Yes, that one's not on James's database as yet. Well, this one was reported as liquid damage on here. It was a can of coat which was poured over the bag. There's no current, so I don't think thermal camera is going to show anything.
PCDD, little shit.
CPU power management chip. Oh, is that what that is? VBS. I am a little shit. PWM3 channel. Far right near the edge. Yeah, it is that one which you're referring to with the pink on it. It's a copy and paste with your board. There we go then. She's probably... You didn't look at it all the day, did you, for her? Did she ship it out to Italy for you? She said she was on a train. She could have been... she could have been out your neck of the woods. Is it worth me seeing where the 5 volt goes then? Because if we're thinking this is the 5 volt controller and we've got 5 volts coming out and then stopping, because this is doing it, if we lift it at this end and the 5 volt stays on, do we think the short is at this end as opposed to not? Is it worth trying that? That chip gets 5 volts too. Ah, right, okay. So, should we be checking to see if this has got 5 volts on it? But we know that 5 volts only... Oh no, because we know 5 volt is present permanently, but just not on the coil. It's switching on and off on the coil. So again, I'll look for quite a big trace for a power rail and some caps. I would imagine these are going to be data with them all with resistors. So that looks like a beefy one. Do you reckon that might be a power rail? No, and there's two, that could be ground.
PCDD, you little shit.
Andy! Andy in the house. I have the data sheet. Oh, okay. Hello, everyone. Good afternoon, Andy. Good evening, good afternoon. Welcome, welcome, welcome. While you're doing that, just to satisfy my curiosity, I am just going to lift because I need to practice my soldering skills, I am going to lift that chip, the inductor at one side. Not for any other reason apart from I need to practice my solder skills. So I'm going to lift it from this side and then we'll test to see if there's any issue. So I'll put some leaded solder on here. This is the Kester solder that our very own Andy donated to me.
Oh, you!
Oh, 8 bits. Oh, did they say? What did they say? Sorry. If you inject 1 volt at the coil, do you get a large current draw? If not, you can increase load to 5 volts and check thermals. Shall I still take the coil off to see? Because obviously the coil on or off won't make any difference because I can test either side of the coil. Yeah, we tested all power rails for resistance to ground. Nothing had a low resistance at all. Yeah, if we lift, why would we solder and inject anything if we have no reason to suspect a short to ground? There's no reason. There's. I haven't got it. Well, the reason why I'm taking this off is that 5 volt is coming on for a split second, then going off at this point. And I'm trying to practice my solder skills. So I have no other reasoning behind that apart from that, if I'm being perfectly honest. Just why we are looking at how we just... I can't even get my... There you go. And That was the only reason behind that. No other reason apart from that. That's me being honest with you. That's now lifted. The cap to the right looks dodgy. Okay, so if we do this and it was the cap to the left. I've got no shorts on any of these around here. It was only lifting this Pernov. Practice is moving it won't provide more information. Okay, I will pop it back down then. Top right cap, which would now be bottom left, which would be there. So let me put this back down then. If not, but we will put that on there. There we go, back on. There you go, can't even tell I've been there. Okay. Don't be that guy. It's fine. I've just got something come through. I don't know what come through. Oh, we have a subscription. Thank you very much, Ion Florentine Delmar. Thank you very much for your kind, very kind subscription. Next to the 51NIC. Remove, all right, 51NIC, which is that one, I believe. Which is that one there. We'll have a look at that one. It's not going to make the difference or cause anything. Also, I ended up buying RAM and, ooh, crikey, in the end. But sellers must have chose like as slow as possible. Estimated Monday. Thank you very much for your subscription on there. Would you need to go through power sequence? But without schematics or board view, we can only check the obvious for now, i.e. voltage on inductors. Yeah, I've got no voltage on any of the inductors apart from... I've got no voltage on any inductor at all. I've got nothing at all. I'm just going to check the continuity to ground on those caps. Because if they look a little bit iffy... It's got 20 ohms on that side. Put it in resistance. If that's the one you were referring to. 20 ohms there, that must be ground, which is same as those. And this side here, yeah, got plenty on there. That one, 20 ohms. So if you were on about that one, Nick, that is 20 ohms resistance. Delmar, left one, the big one here. I'll measure top and bottom of it. That's me measuring top and bottom of that. Is that a capacitor or is it any? Because that looks really, really low if that's a capacitor. Or is it an inductor? It's an inductor. I thought it was, yeah, I'm going to say, it looked a bit too dark for a cap. I mean, it looks similar colour to these, but slightly darker, and it just looked a bit different. They're slightly different shape, aren't they, to say. So that definitely looked like... I can say the same thing. Are we saying the same thing? Biggie. That's an inductor. Oh, okay, inductor. Saying the same thing. So, well, what are we? What's the suggestion? I put the inductor back down. You know, the one which I tombstoned and took off. We have no voltage on any of the inductors. around here. I do have a pin out for the EC chip if we need it, because it's on James's database. We have on this, I've got no voltages on any of the inductors, not one around the board, nothing on any of the big inductors. I have my 3 volt on the keyboard connected down here. I've got my 19 volt coming into the board up here. And we have found from the butt regulator on here, we have found 3.3 and we found a 5, which is down here. But so we've got a disconnected, so that's all right. We've got 5 volt on this one here, and we've got 3.3 here, but we've got nothing to here. But this one sparks to life when it comes on for a fraction of a second and then goes back off, and the meter's not quick enough to read 5 volts. I would imagine it is probably kicking to 5 volts because it's reading about 3.9 before meter, just with responsiveness at meter, but it goes off too quick to recognize anything. So obviously it's trying to start up the secondary power supply, but it's not doing anything. But I've got no short on there. If we look at resistance on there, is really good. Kilo ohms. Inject what? He has no short. Does the thermal cam show the pulse across the board? Agree. Inject to see where the chip gets warm and turns on. The only thing you could inject is 5 volts on the 1 volt rail and see where it goes. But that's not really proving anything. Is it suggested that we inject 1 volt here, or because this is the 5 volt rail, isn't it? If we force 5 volts into this rail and see what's getting warm, is that what the thought process is? Because obviously, if there is something that's not working right, will it then show heat? So are we suggesting 1 volt on there? I can inject 1 volt and then put thermal camera on, see if anything is glowing. Let me just get the thermal camera turned on. Connect. And thermal camera. There we go. So we've got thermal camera on screen. We can do something bigger if needed. Heat doesn't necessarily mean bad. No, it doesn't. Could point to nearby caps with low ohms. Yeah, don't think anything will glow, but you should be able to track the 1 volt. All right, let's punch 1 volt through it. I'll just get the power supply down. Because we certainly don't want to be putting 19 volts through it, do we? Because that would be a mistake. So we've got 1 volt, and I'm going to go for, what do you reckon, 500 milliamps? Half. 600, because that's where it stopped at. Right, just let me grab my probes to inject with. One probe there, and grabbing the other probe off the shelf, because I'm very meticulous at keeping everything tidy. These are incredibly tidy, and if you believe that, believe anything then I tell you. Right, let's get those unplugged and let's get this connected up. Oh, that's a nice tight fit. So just make sure we are working. This is my special probe which I can turn on and off with my finger. So if we do that, yep, that's working fine. So, am I injecting on the coil then? I'm injecting it on this coil where the 5 volt is turning on and then turning back off reasonably quickly. 1 amp is fine. Okie dokie. Let's knock that up to 1 amp. I honestly don't think 1 amp at 1 volt is probably going to make a great deal of noticeable difference anyway, because we are quite a bit we are quite a bit away. So just to get this more or less lined up in the middle. So that's basically an overview of the board now. I know you can't see the power meter and whatnot. Let me see if I can bring the power meter on screen. That one there, and do ridden. Yeah, it looks you can see a little bit. I'm not really set up for this screen. I don't really use this screen because this is a different thermal camera. But we've got an idea of where we are. We can see output current on there. No, we can't. It's not working. Ah, it's battery charging. That's why. Oh, bloody hell! It's that one there. Shrink this down. There you go, right at the middle of the screen so we can see it. You won't see anything under under one a thermal camera lightly. You'll see anything. I've not tried it yet. Didn't get anything injecting less than 4.8. Okay, what's the draw? Start low and then 5 gas. Yeah, if no shorts and that's 5 volt rail, then should be safe. Okay, we'll start at 1 and we'll just see if anything comes up. So I'm just going to do it now. We'll see a draw. We're getting nothing on the draw. Absolutely nothing. I have got, if I go to ground, you can see I am drawing 1 amp. If I go to ground, if I just move back from ground, we are looking at nothing. It's not pulling a dicky bird. So let's knock this up to 2 volts. We're on 2 volts. Same process. Still not got any current draw. Still nothing. 3 volts. I think we are going to hit the magic 5, but we will see where we go. So 3 volts. Still nothing. Still no current draw. And 3 up to 4 volts. Still nothing. 5 volts, which is what the rail is rated at. I can't because I've only got 1 power supply. Well, I can. I'll just rig another power supply. But let me just see if anything pulls on 5 volts. Right, we're still getting no current draw at 5 volts. If we look at the power meter in the centre of the screen, there is no current draw at all. Something is getting warm over here. Can you see this? Actually, just look over here. Even though we're not pulling any current, there's a slight heat signature over there. Can you see it over the side? That is the PWM controller. Just get my other thermal camera booted up. And we'll see what that is, but that is a slight. Let's see if we've got anything on here. I'm not injecting at the moment, even though I'm holding it in place. Get thermal call it. Yeah, I'm gonna. I think it's the RT chip. I think that's the PWM controller, whatever it was. You know, the one with the pink dot on. What I think Arnold said, check it earlier. So I'm just gonna check on here. I know you guys can't see, so I will show you this in a tick if I can. I'm going to swap the thermal camera off there for the infrared one, what James brought me, and see what this one's showing me. I have little to no success with this so far because the software is shocking, absolutely shocking. Not the camera, the software. I need to find better software for it. So we'll go to infrared and we will see if we can get infrared thermal master. We need to connect, connected. Right, so this is the infrared thermal camera. So we are looking at this chip up here. So I've got reference. So that's where we're looking. I'll get the 5 volt on. And I will inject, not with that one because that's the multimeter probe. So I'm going to put it on now. So we can definitely see that. But that looks like a nice heat signature. Doesn't look silly at all. So let's take the macro lens off. Let me just see if anything else is kind of waking up with that. Now that's the only thing on there. Well, if I can't have heat without there, so why have we got heat when I'm turning it on and off? Because I'm pulsing it myself with me thing. I know what you're saying, cows. I agree with you. And whoever said that is, either your bench is wrong or seeing things. Can't have heat without current. I agree. You can't. My bench supply is not reading anything. Absolutely anything. I'm looking at the bench supply above me as well, where the reading is, and it's not reporting any current at all. I have the P2 Pro. I use Thermal Master app on iPhone. It works great. Yeah, I've got that on the phone as well. But it seems even. The reason why I'm saying it, guys, is because I have a little button on here where I can turn current on and off. Sorry, I'm just reading my message. So that's basically what I'm doing. I'm turning the current on and off. And if I touch it on ground, which is obviously here, and I turn it on and off, you'll see it's drawing from up there. And I can only assume it's working. It's not fast enough for me to. Well, no, because I'm holding it down. That's the crazy thing. I am injecting for a while, so I'll inject for 5 seconds, let's say. Let me just get back onto this chip. So that's the chip where my finger is. That's my finger, obviously, which looks like a finger. I'm going to put that on there, and I'll now 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 off. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 off. 1, 2, 3, 4. So it's turning itself off after a few seconds, if you notice. I'm still powering there, and it's turning itself off. So 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm still holding. It's turning itself off. That chip's going off. Yeah, something's turning it off. Yes, chip is turning off. So even though we've got no current draw, we've got heat. It's not a lot of heat. There's no heat on there, I will stress. Yeah, it's definitely drawing.
Oh, you!
Cows. Yeah, it's definitely drawing something. Yeah, chip is turning off. It's coming on and it's going off. And we've got no whatchamacallits around there. You'd say it's protection because the enable signal's missing. Yeah, could be. What was actually wrong with yours, Alessandro? What did you actually find on yours being the issue in the end? Ask ChatGPT, turn it into a can AI fix it stream? I was going to do one of those. Can AI fix a computer better than me? But I think we all know the answer to that. Oh dear, we all know the answer to that. So we're going to be a long stream. It was going to be yeah, and then I'd be logging off. Oh, I missed that one. Those chips, same as you. Ah, right, okay. Yeah, I think the unfortunate thing with AI, unless you know what you're interpreting, they can tell you something strange, and not necessarily what we think. But if Alessandro's saying he's got exactly the same issue on exactly the same computer, down to the same motherboard and everything, is it fair to assume that it might be a common fault? £66 that for the same board from eBay. Wow. I suppose that's a working board, isn't it? Oh, there we go. Are you? Oh, site's got a PWM chip coming from Alibaba. Can we just jump the 5 volt into the missing area? Nothing to lose. Where would we? I mean, I'm bound to say yes, we can, but is it worth powering the laptop with a charger and injecting the 5 volts to see if the board then comes on? On some chips, yeah, I've tried pushing down on things like the chipset and whatnot, and again, if liquid has got in, it could have caused. I just can't say any liquid damage. That's the problem. It's a liquid damage issue, but there's just no liquid anywhere on it apart from down here, which is obviously on the. This was the only bit really on the main board I could track and trace, which was on this thing here, which looks like some type of controller for the 5 volt USB, and there's 3 volts still present on both bottom pins of this one, 3.3 volts. I'm not too sure what that is. And then the only other bit I could see was actually on the daughter board. Some of the caps here had corrosion around, but that was it. I've cleaned them off, and they look like factory. So again, this was 5 volt USB. That's why I was thinking it was a 5 volt issue, which it obviously looks like it is. But it's definitely that chip which is getting warm, but it's getting warm universally. It's not like it's getting warm in a spot or anything like that. Could that be the lid sensor? Oh wait there. Use 3.3 in 5 volts. It probably oh wait there. You have 3.3. It probably doesn't work. I've got 3.3 and 5 now. Do you have any donors? Not like for like. Not like for like. I have got some donor boards, but not like for like. So I've probably certainly not got one of those. You are on OpenClaw AI agent. Oh yeah, Dreams were telling me about some bits you could do on AI. It did amaze me. I mean, he told me one thing, and I'm like, really? But yeah, you can do. I never even thought of that, Dreams, what you told me I could do. Could that be the lid sensor? Look into OpenClaw AI voice. Yeah, tell me about that as well. Possibly yes. Been working on mine for 2 weeks now. Are we thinking that this one might be I don't know. Are we thinking it's this chip? Are we thinking it's this chip? Are we thinking there's anything else we could try? I'm honestly throwing myself at your chat's mercy. If you tell me to take it outside and sprinkle petrol on it and set fire to it at this moment in time, I might just do that. If you tell me I need to sing it a song, I might wish it happy birthday and sing it a song. Anything to try, I am willing to give it a go, within reason, obviously. I said something. What did you say, Dave? Sorin style. You did. I didn't. I read it. 3.3 and 5 volt. It probably is. Throw 3.3 in the 5 volt. We've had 5 volt in the 5 volt. So are you saying just put 3? I did count it up. If I started at 1 volt and did it on increments of 1 volt increments on the 5 volt rail, which is that one there, which is this inductor. So I have moved it up from 1 volt all the way through to 5. I mean, I can try it dead on 3.3 if required. Jump the 3.3 from the power side to the 5 side and see if it comes on. Right. Yeah, I'm okay with that. How are you suggesting I do that? Are you thinking on this little regulator here? Because obviously we've got 3.3 on that little cap and we've got 5 volt on there. Those two are alive all the time. We know if we put a live 5 volt there, that this PWM chip gets warm. But it's this 5 volt which is sparking to life when you turn the machine on and then going off. So even if we simulate 5 volts there, is it going off because there's not 19 volts at board? Is that because I can plug a 19 volt charger into it as well? I've got 3.3 on any coil. None of the coils have any voltage. None of the coils have voltage. Not one coil. The only places I've got voltage are literally on my MOSFETs, on the output MOSFETs, and then the inputs to some chips, and like this one where there's an output to it, to a cap, but there's no output to the thing there.
Dad,
Yeah. Okay, let her out as well if you would. No, I'm all right, thank you. Let me grab a HP power supply. Oh, because I've got one of them as well. I've got one with a current meter on that I used to use to measure before I got my power supply, and one that I'd made. Let me see if I can find that. And at least what I might be able to do is measure to see if we have got other voltages coming through. I can get it to. Do you know what I've gone and done? I've gone and give every HP charger away to that guy yesterday, so I don't have an HP charger.
Are we having anything to take?
Yes, but when I finish, I don't know yet. I'll get something. Okay. A what?
Can I have diagnostics?
Yeah. I'll have a tea if you want, please. I'll have a cup of tea if you don't mind. Right. Yeah, I've given every single charger to a customer yesterday, so that's come back and bit me in the arse, hasn't it? The ass. Let me plug a 19 volt charger in here and get my HP plug out. I've got a power meter on here as well, so I should be able to see if I am pulling any current as well. So let me plug this in. So the board now. Oh, I might child slavery. All right, the step down. It was like $15 a week ago. I was looking. I've been using Gemini Pro. All right, lots of laughs. Step down. Oh, I mean, is that bad? Child slavery. Big dials under those 2 volt caps. Oh, what am I saying? Have I missed some things here? I have no use for the power supply use. All right, Charles. All right, Charles. I have got another power supply that I made specific for HPs. What I put a current meter in it, and I cannot find it. I don't know where that is because I ain't used it in a while. But I'll give every other HP charge away. Element Code. Thank you very much for your very, very kind subscription. Really appreciate it. Thank you very much. Going back to 2 volt caps. Anchor, what were you saying? Big dials under the 2 volt caps. Which dials were you referring to under the 2 volt caps? You're going to have to give me some idea on where on the board. Are we looking at some diodes under the 2 volt caps? There's 25 volt caps there. Or are they 2 volt caps? Oh, 2 volt caps, yep. So which ones are you looking at? Are you thinking these? That diode or a capacitor? I thought that was a capacitor. I am powered. I am drawing no current at all. Just to be double sure, because we thought my power supply may have an issue. I'm just going to check if I've got any voltages kicking around with this other power supply plugged in. Let me get I've got more test leads down here than enough. So we've got nothing on. I'm just testing the inductors now for voltage, and we've got nothing on any of the inductors. Absolutely zippity doo da, zippity a. We've got 3.3 on the keyboard, as we can see. Got nothing on that fuse, which is a bit strange, but the fuse is working. That could be. We've got nothing on there, and got nothing on that cap either. Got nothing on any of these inductors or anything around this area on those. Just to the right of the RAM. Just thinking the one looked a little black. Okay, we can see. We can't see. Okay, I'll swap that over. They all look black if you close your eyes. EC. Yeah, it could be EC. I have got the pinouts for the EC chip, just in case. So the ones to the right of the RAM, I think you said. So we are looking at that one just there. So when you say diode, I'm presuming you mean the cap. Are you meaning this one here? Because I thought that was a cap. I've got no voltage on it. Let me just unplug that and go into continuity. Obviously we should have continuity one way because that's that. So we have got a little bit. So we've got a good ground there. We've got 16 ohms there, which is probably the same as that one. Yeah, it is. And then they're all going to be in parallel. By the looks of it. Oh, those then are in parallel. So we've got 2 power stages. That's PCH one, is it? Do you reckon? PCH, which is under there, do we think? But we've got nothing wrong with the MOSFETs that I could detect or see. Yeah, the caps. It's a 5-volt, not BIOS controlled. Oh, I don't know, John. We haven't got. Well, I mean, that's the other thing, guys. We don't have a voltage on the BIOS, pin 8. We don't have a. We don't have any voltage on pin 8 of the BIOS either. And I thought the process was the pin 8 on the BIOS chip came from the EC chip. But the EC chip does recognise it when I press the power button. So there's obviously voltage going to the EC chip to recognise what's what. So let's put plug my 5 volts back where I was giving it before, which is here. I'm going to try and synchronise this up and see if I can get this synchronised to some degree. Get this ready. Thank you, darling.
I brought you 2 biscuits.
Oh, you brought me some biscuits as well. Ah, chap. Well, you've dropped my mouse on the floor. Thank you. Right, so thank you. Now we're getting 0.7 current draw on the meter now. Can you see that on the up here? I've plugged the power in at the same time as the voltage. I'm injecting that and now we're getting it. If I let go, it's gone. If I put it back on, we are getting something. So let me just go to thermal camera and just see if anything else is getting a bit toasty. Get that off there. So we are pulling a little bit of current now, which we couldn't see before. So this is injecting it the same place we were injecting before. Right, that's now dropped down. Right, so at 0.7, 0.9. I know it's not a lot, but we can see where it's that PWM controller underneath it. That's the PWM controller right underneath it. What's getting wham? You see it? Oh. Can you see what I can see, guys? When I'm injecting, that's me turning it on and off, pulsing it. I know it's a terrible, terrible picture. But you can see the track as well getting warm underneath it. Can you see the track underneath it getting warm? Which is here, wherever the track's going to. Which is let me just zoom down onto that. Which is this one here. That's the track which is glowing. Yeah, that's why we're pulsing it. Yeah, hot chip with trace getting hot too. Yeah, not good. Dead. Might have a short on the middle there. I wouldn't hold it. Yeah, I was just pulsing it off 2 resistors, then into board, other side of board. No, I don't think they have 2 resistors because it's that pin there, whatever pin that is. Is Alessandro in here? Because I think he had the schematics for this chip because he's worked on this board. If you are still in here, do you know what that pin is? Check it. Yeah, the only way I could possibly do that. Should we give it a drink and just pulse it again? Now it's only doing this when I've got my 19 volts in, I will stress, guys. So it's not actually doing. I'm going to readjust my camera so I can see. It's not actually giving me a. It's not actually doing this if I don't have. Right, we can see that resistors. I don't know if them resistors are getting warm. I know quality is really bad. So ignore the chip and look at the two resistors, because I think that's what somebody were asking. I am pulsing it on and off. That's one good thing about this little thing. I can turn it on and off. See? If I get that in voltage mode, and see if I can just measure the... Right, there's no voltage there at all on that pin, but it is that pin there which is getting hot. Ignore the thermal camera because it's not actually connected. This is obviously ground next to it, because we determined that was ground before, so that track there is getting warm, but there's no voltage going to it. So I think that is just a byproduct. This heat in this track here is a byproduct of the chip overheating in that area of that pin, because that's certainly where the heat is. Yeah, so it's past the resistor. Thumping it past the resistor into the board. No, because that chip, it's this track here what's getting hot. Which is obviously going to the other side at board. Right, there's no short there. There's bags of ohmage there. So it's not like it's a ground pin or anything else. So that pin is not short. And I don't think the short is there. I would say it's the chip which is getting hot for some reason. That must be an output, I would have thought, for something. Or there's some... Because if there was anything at the other side which was... It's not going to that, is it now? I saw resistors warm up too. Okay. Read my comments above and agree with Dreams Deed. Right, sorry. There's a lot of chat coming through and I can't see because when I've got microscope on, it's right in front of me, chat screen. So I do apologise if I miss somebody. Dreams, it's dead. Might have a short in the middle there. Oh, wait, who said read my others? Pitco. Ace reference from this morning. Left pin. 8-bit. Are you Ace in disguise? Something past the resistor into the board. So it's past the resistor, but chip looks sus too. Charles clock. Some chips get hot. PCD right comments above. I can't see which comment you're referring to, Pitco. Sorry. I'm thinking the PWM chip dead, as it seems it's shutting off and not getting enabled. Signal call no voltage means the chip is not driving the high M MOS site. Oh yeah, and it's going straight into shutdown. Yeah, it could be. I saw resistors 1, 2, inject 0.9 on that track. Okay, we can do that. I think it's the chip. I have 8%. It's chip or something. It's feeding. Yeah. If it's the chip, why is the track getting hot? Exactly. The track is after the chip. Lots of chat in chat. That's true, Dreams. The resistance to whack. Oh, yeah, the track is after the chip. So that track is on the output of the chip. Is that what we're thinking? Because this is ground. I think this was voltage input, wasn't it? We know this is 5-volt output, or should be 5-volt output, but we've got no 5-volt output there to the coil. That's where we're injecting the 5-volt basically. We have got a static 5-volt here which is present. We've got a static 3.3 here which is present. So this track But I've got no voltage on that track. And I've got no short to it. So why would it be getting hot if it's not shorting to ground with all the current? Because it's pulling out of me power supply 0.9 milliamps or 9 milliamps. It's not ground. I multimetered it. I tested it to ground. To ground on that pin, we've got 750 ohms. So it's not a ground pin. Yeah, something past it could be enabling, but that would say to me, if I measured that after it got enabled, it would then show us a short circuit to ground. So if I measure continuity after it's heating up, I should get a short to ground. Is that what? You can see the power supply outputs on this scene, top right hand corner. Top right hand corner. I know it's a really big finger, but it is top right hand corner. Top right hand corner of the screen are all the power outputs. This is power output for the injection, because we're injecting 5 volts. What I have got is all I've got here. Yeah, I've got another 19 volt power supply. I've got a voltage and amp meter on it, just powering the board at 19 volts. That's the only thing you can't see. There's literally nothing else on there. The one you can see on screen is the 5 volt, which I was injecting, which is coming from the supply. Just goes into a track. I don't actually think it probably goes all the way through. Let me see if I can see roughly where it goes. It looks like it goes somewhere around here. I think probably that one there, and that's too high. A bit lower down. It's one of these, but if it is any of those, they're obviously not going to the back. They're staying internally because obviously they're ringed. I don't think I'm going to be able to track this with continuity, because the thing is that small. No. Yeah, I'm not going to be able to get my probe on it because it's that tiny. I can't hold it on there and flip the board to do it. Goranath, hello, good evening, welcome. If anybody has joined us, this was brought in with liquid damage, but we've got no power rail. Sorry, we've got no voltage on any of the whatchamacallits. Yeah, we haven't got them Arnold. We've looked, no board diagrams or anything. Yeah, I think it's a layer or something, which it is there. Yeah. As I say, I think what it is connecting to, and it's so hard to see if we are aware, that's the pin coming through there. So it's just a little bit above there, probably about half a centimetre above there. I think it's probably coming out as, again, that's the stud for the thing. So I think it's probably coming out there. I think that's the one. But as you can see, it's an empty via. It's not going to any of the things on here. It's just a locating via on this side, not connecting to it. So it's an internal via, or via, however you want to pronounce it. or it's maybe the one above it, but even so, that's ringed. It's not. It's isolated. It's not actually going anywhere onto this side of the board. But you reckon if we inject 1 volt into there? Oh wait, where do we get to? So a 5 volt lightly shorted out with wet door to board. Yeah, the chip. Solar wire to inject and flip to see where else passed current. Board view is free download. Nice. Yeah, board view is that flexible board viewer is really nice. The Paul Daniels one is amazing piece of software. So it's highly recommended. I do like that. I don't use it often because I don't do a lot of this. Well, I do quite a bit of this stuff now, but I didn't used to do a lot of this stuff. But yeah, it's getting over the hold of the schematics to do it. But yeah, that works. If you watch one of my streams, we did it the other day until like 2 a.m. We were tracing back the boot sequence, and it was in microseconds and things like that, or whatever it was in UF seconds or whatever they are, and we were tracing all the signals back to see where it was falling over. That was I found that really interesting, and I think a lot of people did as well. Now, somebody did suggest injecting 0.9 of a volt onto that little pin. If we inject because it's down here, it's that one there. If we inject 0.9 of a volt there and see if anything's getting warm, is that Sorin? Wow, Sorin's in. Uncle Sorin's in. Wow. Oh, I've got an old goosebumpy. Oh. Good evening. I'll have a coffee. We've got Uncle Sorin. No, definitely no easy pizza on this one. Definitely no easy pizza on this one. Oh my gosh. Oof. He has this effect on me. What Sorin doesn't realise is I've been telling everybody for the last... I've only been streaming 3.5 months, sorry. I've been telling everyone, you're my Uncle Sorin. I've been telling them, because we all watch Sorin. He's the GOAT. And Joey from Joey's Tours Tech came in several weeks ago now. And there's a very funny clip of me going with that. And I said, if Sorin ever comes in, I'll probably react even worse. But I'm trying to tame it down a little bit. So, wow, Sorin's in. Oh dear. I feel like royalties in the house. Uncle Sorin. This is definitely not an easy pizza. I watch your videos, and it's not a say hello to my little friend. It's not we have picture. It's not any of those. I have no idea. I am nowhere near on your level. I would love to be, but I am not. As you will see if you watch any of my other videos, I don't know what to say. I'm gonna eat a biscuit now. What's wrong? Okay, I will try and break it down in a nutshell for you. It's a HP laptop. It's a very nice motherboard. Lady complained that it was wet. I can't see any signs of liquid damage. So cut a long story short, we did have a look around. I have got 19 volts coming in here. We've got 3.3 on the keyboard connector, and we have 3.3 permanently on, oh, let me zoom out because that's a terrible view, on that little cap there. We've got 3.3 when we all the time standby. We've got 5 volts on this one. This, we get a spark of life when I bridge the keyboard connector. It's just my meter's probably not quick enough to read it up to 3.9 volts, but we think we're getting 5 volts. If we inject 5 volts there, and I put 19 volts into the power plug, I will show you what happens. I will show you what happens. We get this. Get my injection tool clipped on. We'll get the clipped on to here, and we inject 5 volts onto this coil, which should have 5 volts. We get, if we look at the little chip underneath where I'm injecting, can you see that? I am pulsing the voltage on and off, but the chip is getting warm at the bottom, but the track's getting warm as well. I can't see where the track goes. That's me turning it on and off, basically. We're getting no current draw on the 19.5 volt rail on my charger, but we are getting 0.9 or 9 milliamps, whatever it is, 90 milliamps on the 5 volt current draw, as we can see. You sure that's 5 point? Answer to your question, no, I'm not, but chat was. That's not a get out on me. That's me being honest. We presumed that was because we didn't have any accurate board. We haven't got a board diagram for this. The only other thing what gets warm is the PWM controller when we do inject that, but it's not drawing any current. It's just got a slight heat signature, nice and even in the center. But yeah, that could be 3.3. Not too sure. 1 resistor and track 2. Yeah, so the track underneath is actually getting a bit toasty as well. This track here is getting a little bit toasty underneath. So it's this pin here, and it comes down to this point here and then disappears into this via. That via on the other side doesn't go anywhere. It's just an empty via at the other side, so it must be an internal thing. I have just checked to see if I've got any continuity or anything anywhere else around here, and I can't find any. But there's no voltage on there either when I'm injecting, because I've tried that as well. But the heat signature is this bottom corner, and that leg and a bit of that track just starting to come down that track a little bit. That's where it is. Yeah. What about the coil's resistance? Anything weird? No, I've got no voltage or on any coil, none of the coils at all, and I've got no odd readings on resistance. Absolutely none of them have got odd readings on resistance, and as I say, even everything just looks normal apart from it's just not coming through. It's a very hello Electro Rep. Hello everyone. Hello Julian. Yeah, so I'm at a loss. My skill set is at a loss. My skill set is checking for heat signatures on blown capacitors and that. Is it charging? No. If I plug the battery in, which I have on the floor here, we did try this yesterday. It is pulling no current at all. I can see the current meter because I've got my power supply set for injection. I've had to use my old-fashioned one of these. We are now getting charge current. Why are we getting charge current? We didn't have charge current yesterday. Is this gone and fixed itself because Sorin's in chat? I am starstruck. I am if you can, I am now getting 1.66 amps of charge current. Easy pizza, eh? It's now charging. Why weren't it doing that yesterday? I'm going to let me take those out. I'm going to plug it back up to my normal supply, so at least we can see it on here. I'm just going to knock my main power supply while that's just having a bit of, while that's making me look silly. Do you know what it reminds me of, James? Is the video that I put on where the chip got scared because I mentioned Uncle Sorin were coming in chat, and it decided to work, and it's exactly the same thing. I can see chat ticking up now, but so let me turn that off and then back on. Glasses down. Sorin arrives in yet. Well, yeah. Say hello to my little friend. Yeah, maybe something in the laptop connector. Yeah, it could be. Let me plug the main power supply one in. I'll just unplug that, and we will plug the. I'm going to plug the main PSU into here. We've got 1.9 amps now, current draw. 1.6 amps, sorry, current draw. Now the only thing what we have done different is we did inject some voltage to the to that IC with the power adapter on. We injected 5 volts to that IC with the let's have a look. Let's bridge that out. Ah, it went off. Right, there's no, it's 1.67 amps, which we can see on there. The battery was actually reading as quite high voltage. Still coming up as high voltage. Let me just measure the voltage on the battery. 11.8 and climbing on the battery, and it's a whatever volt battery it is. It's an 11.25 volt battery, and we've got 11.9. So battery must be nearly fully charged, I would think. So if you press the power button and change on current, I get the same when Andy comes to my stream. No charging chassis, charges out of chassis. Yeah. Must be fun to go in random rooms and make people nervous. I think that's what Uncle Sorin does well. Let me just try posting it again. There's no heat on the CPU, and it's onboard RAM as well. Right, so when I post it, we can see that the draw drops, but it instantly jumps up to 1.68 amps. That just seems like an instant thing rather than trickling up and measuring itself and everything else to do that. Plug in daughter board and check. The daughter board's got an LED on it. Daughter board's on the side of board. I'm going to have to disconnect because I can't flip it all over with it all connected up. So just do that and do that. Let's plug this daughter board in.
Oh, you!
Oh, wait, that's not the power button track. It's probably the... right, okay. Right. That's probably where I was going wrong then. I mean, the power button's is actually on the keyboard itself. So what I will do, I'll plug the... Let me plug the keyboard in. And the battery and the power adapter. So we have plugged back in, keyboard's in, everything else. We've up to 1.6. We've now got a power light on there. Yeah, we've got a keyboard. I'm just gonna. I didn't look where the bloody on and off button was because it's one of these which is in the middle of the keyboard. Right, that's the power button I'm pressing now. That just suddenly jumped in current. We've got a power light. We've got a power light. Do you know what I can't not do, guys? I can't not put an HDMI lead in it. I cannot not put an HDMI in it because you know what I'm going to say? You know exactly what I'm going to say. And let's hope I can... I've heard it before on YouTube. I've heard it before on YouTube. Let me flick that over. If we get a picture, it'll be in bottom right. You have keyboard that right. So yeah, it's gone up to 2.05, and we have a charging light. So let me just try that again to see if I can get it to turn on. We've got a power light on the keyboard as well. Oh my gosh, guys!
Oh, you!
We have picture! We have picture. Hey, it's crazy. Sorry, that's really offensive. Really offensive. Sorry. We got picture. Oh my god. Oh! We've got picture. Oh my god. Send me your bank details, I'll just transfer you money. It's just, he's fixed it. He doesn't even have to touch them and he can fix them. Oh gosh. Oh my gosh. I don't know what to say. I don't know what to say. Oh my gosh. Hello, Russ. Epic moment, and we've got, I don't know if we've got Sorin in chat as well. Oh my god, I'm dying. It's just, oh brother, Sorin, I can only thank you. Uncle Sorin has come to the rescue and he's done it again. We have that. And do you know what? If I put a drive in it, it'll probably load to the Windows as well. It's just, 2 days we've been trying that. 2 days. She's got a presentation tomorrow where she needs this because she presents to medical health professionals, and she's got a meeting with some surgeons and whatnot tomorrow. And can you please check the coil voltage? Yes, I will. I'll check whatever you say. Get my black lead and my red lead, wherever my red lead is. We have, let me check, start from over here. We've got nothing on that coil. We have what I presume is that's the battery charge coil. Got nothing on there, but that could be because batteries fell out. I'm struggling to get it held in place because it's all uneven. So I've got nothing. I'm on AC. Change that to DC. Pretend you didn't see that, gents. Me getting all excited. We've got 12 volts on battery. We've got 3.3 there. We didn't have any of these earlier. Got 1 volt on that one. 5 on that one. And those are all in power, 1.3 and 1. So we've now got coil voltages. Do we think we've just woken that chip up by injecting the 5 volts to it? Yeah, it is 5 volts. One of the coils. That's 3. That's 1. Which one was 5? 12. Yeah, it is 5. That's where we were injecting 5 volts. That's the coil we were injecting 5 volts to. Alexandro, yeah, I don't know if you've been in. Alexandro AVBFS has got exactly the same issue on exactly the same board, and we thought we were going to order in some bits. Never listen to chat. Always listen to chat. Better listening to chat than listening to me. We know that, Dave. Mookie, evening all. What's going on? Sorin's just dropped into chat and fixed the laptop for me. You've missed all the excitement. I've got 52 people. Oh my gosh, it'll be going to my head. It'll be going to my head. 52 people. Thank you for whoever that is. But we now have 5 volts on that coil where we're injecting. I wonder if when I was injecting the voltage, it's kind of, could it have woken that chip up? I fixed it, great. Thank you very much. Do you know the real stars in here? Ain't me and it ain't so. It's chat. And guys, you get me through so much of this. You really, really do, guys. And everybody in chat contributes towards repairing these, not me. I am a blunt instrument putting tools on here. I do not know the first thing about this. It is people in chat, and we've got an amazing, amazing, amazing community. That people like Sorin or Joey or whoever, down to people with only a couple of subscribers come in and they all help and contribute. So I value every single last one of you. I do get starstruck with the bigger ones when they do come in, and I am fortunate that they do come in. But yeah, thank you to everybody who comes in. Yeah, let's click like Stu. Let's click like. So the taking 3.5 and making it 5. Yeah, what I want to do is I want to power it down, because I just want to make sure it's going to come back to life. That's what I want to do. So I'm just going to disconnect, and getting nice and tight. Wow, that's getting a bit warm. Is that CPU? That's definitely warm. So we are powered down. Yeah, that's a bit toasty. I'm just going to plug it in, just see if we get right current draw now. So that's it plugged back in. We've got no current draw now. And I'll just reach up and try and press the power button. It's gone again. I wonder if it's to do with the... I wonder if it needs the battery plugged in. Let me disconnect this HDMI, because we'll be able to see it come to life with current on there. Just unplug my HDMI. Yes, some good people in it. Yeah, some amazing people, Lunch Farmer. So now put it back together and test. Well, at the moment I haven't got. Now I've unplugged it just to make sure I'm not getting a power on. I'm just going to see if I can see where the power button is, because it's not one of these which is at either side. It is right in the middle. So it's about under there. Okay, let me just plug this back in and test it again. Right, no. As note, when you short pin with the power button and the charger is getting reset, that's not the power pin, it's actually the 3.3 LVO. That's why the charger is getting reset. Got you. So that's why I thought it was board's coming to life again. Yeah, board's coming to life, and I'm going to get a picture. I understand that. I done that with hot glue yesterday. I'm sure you did, Mick. You had a bunch of screws go flying. Yeah, it is. They're all sat at the side. There's remarkably quite a lot of screws in here. So that is now, I presume, sat at a BIOS screen or something like that with 0.8 of an amp. So I'm just going to punch that in again, just to make sure we've still got. Come on, gimme, man after midnight. Gimme your man after midnight. Hey, Sorin, just make sure you read what it says on top of the screen. Like and subscribe, why don't we? Gotta be cheeky, aren't you? Now that is sat at, I'm just reset it, because I'm using power button on keyboard now. Rather than me shorting something out, I am just going to put that back in its case, because I'm just a bit, ouch, it's getting warm and I want to put a fan on it. It's getting quite toasty. It's getting very toasty. I'm just going to tip all these nice screws that I carefully positioned about the place away, and then we'll just put it back in its case, and I'll just connect the fan, just to give it a bit of a breather, because it is getting a bit warm. Keyboard, that one. Daughter board. And plug the little fan connector in, because I think that's what it's gasping for. It's going, I am bloody hot. Let me free. Let me go. That in there. HDMI back in. And it was hot in me or the computer, because my fan heater has come hot. Come on. Right. I should be able to flip it over now if I am careful. Yeah, I have got a screen for it, but we'll just flip it over. I'm going to turn it on now. We've got power light on keyboard. We've got nice current draw, and hopefully, I can feel fan. I can feel the fan. Let's flip onto that and let's see if we've got it posting. It'll be going through a reset. Nice current draw, flickering up and down. There we go. We've got it again. We've got it again. We have a picture. Oh, dear me. My favourite food today is pizza. I would love to say that has been an easy pizza. But I'll be quite honest, I have no idea what I've done to fix it. I really don't know what I've done to fix it. So every day is a learning curve, and I don't know what I've done to fix it. But the important thing is, like has been said before, it's now working, so the customer has a working laptop. So it's not what we've done to fix it, it's fixed and the customer's happy that she's got a working computer. I'm going to slot the battery and just make sure we have got charge. It'll be easier for me to do any measurements now. I can't even get the battery in. Oh. There we go. Let's see if it goes up to charging. It's easy pizza. It is an easy pizza. I'm going to take a picture of that. I still can't believe we've got easy pizza in chat. There we go. Easy pizza. Two things. Do you know what? I've been holding on to these things for ages so I can go say hello to my little friend. And I've even got some carefully calibrated wire all round up on here and everything. And you know, I've got the lot. I aspire to be like Uncle Sorin. But guys, that's that one done. I need to fully reassemble it with every single screw on planet, because we've got a bunch of screws. They were all laid out to where it is, but the customer is going to be over the moon. She was really panicking because she couldn't afford a new laptop, and she was really panicking because this by far isn't an expensive laptop, and it's not a particularly high-end laptop either, but to somebody it's their world, and I think that's the thing behind it. We've managed to get it working on there. Well, I'd love to say I've managed to get it working. I'm going to take all credit. If you guys have learnt anything today, just drop me a line and I'm quite happy to show you what I've done. I ain't got a clue, no idea, but it's working. It's an easy pizza. So I do need to reassemble this. So I am glad, because we had a vote at the beginning of the chat actually, which one, because we were going to maybe do that one, weren't we? Or I think those two, I did those two yesterday. Yeah, we've got several to, I still need to do that one, but we have several and we've got that one dropped off as well. But yeah, I can just put this one to one side. Might have a look at that one, because that's a no power one actually. That one's been dropped off. I think we were streaming when the guy dropped that one off. Just turned up, so might put this one to one side, reassemble this off stream. It's still running on battery as well. So battery is working okay for it. Might just assemble this. There you go. Might assemble this off stream, and then she can pick this up tomorrow, which is really good. And just basically plug that one in, which she's dropped off tonight, and just give that a quick plug in whilst we've got the magic box set up, so we can emulate the chargers with the magic box, because that's the Lenovo, which obviously emulates the center pin. So let me just clear this one off and put all the screws and whatnot, and we'll have a very quick look, and hopefully, well, that could just be the icing on the cake if that's an easy pizza. I could do with an easy pizza. I can count on one hand how many times I have had a capacitor shorted. I just think that I think I am renowned for not having simple fixes. Right, let me put that to one side. Not that I've got a lot of sides to put this to now, but we'll put that on top of there. I need a drink of my tea because I'm rather thirsty. And we will we'll get on there. Oh, I have to go. I'm happy for you. Thank you so much, Sorin. Thank you, Uncle Sorin. And yeah, been a long time viewer, but I'm sure a lot of people are as well. But thank you so much, and thank you very much for dropping in chat as well, and contributing. As everybody will say the same as well. It's always nice to see. To come in. Do drop in again next time you're passing. I don't know what that says, Nick, but easy pizza delivery. Yeah, Mookie, you're helping Myra in Discord. Mookie's things turned up today as well. What I've sent to him today as well. By Master Sorin. He's like, what is it? A Jedi Master of it all. Let me just while we've got our power meter plugged in. We will have a look at this one. These were that, because that's customer telephone number. And we'll plug this back in. That end goes in there. And we'll see where we are going on here. So this one was dropped off while we were live, if you remember, gents and ladies, or whoever. I still can't believe. I've had. Everybody is appreciated, guys. I'm not saying I don't want to come across that nobody in the stream is appreciated, but obviously some people's names are bigger than others. We've had Joey, we've had Sorin, we've had Nathan, we've had Linus, we've had people with hundreds of thousands of followers. Mr. Beast has been in. It's just remarkable, just remarkable. I mean, that day Tom Cruise dropped in as well. Just remarkable. But me and Tom, like that. It rings me often, I remember before we were famous. All right, where did I put my thing? Put it here. And just think, I weren't going to stream today. I only streamed because nobody else was streaming, and I thought I'll just give it a shot at streaming. Is it Thursday today? It's Thursday. Oh, so Nando's will be streaming. Nano will be streaming later on today. Zach will be streaming, won't he? Later on today. He usually streams on a Thursday night. Right, so this one has coming with no power. That's the headphones. Don't we plug it in the headphone socket, do we? And it's the it's here. So we're going to configure our little tool, our UD 1700. So we'll just flick it off. We will select. So anybody who doesn't know, this one will emulate the charger. So we'll select Lenovo, because it's a Lenovo laptop. We'll go down to Lenovo. I'm going to put it on probably middle mark on here. That's Dell. Probably middle mark on Lenovo. So that's a 90 watt charger. Oh, sorry. Did you see it was Psych that asked him to come? I didn't know. Psychic, was that you? Sorry, I didn't see that, Psychic. Thanks for the. Oh, no problem at all. Grownoff533. Thank you very much for coming in. Don't know if you're first time viewer or first time chat, but always nice to see it. Psychic, I did not see it. Sorry, I must have missed that one. Sharky, it's refreshing to see the whole team of experts. Yes, it is. Whole team of experts and me. No, it didn't. I will. I missed that from Psychic. I thought it was James messing with you. I thought it might have been James as well until I saw the thing to do it. So yes, I am, guys. I am very excited because I'm at 596 subscribers. I am four subscriptions away from the magic 600. From whatever, I can't count on my fingers. I'm only 4. So if you are sat in chat and you've not hit subscribe, please consider doing so. I'm only 4 away from the magic 600. That'll be probably about 260 subscribers I've gained in the last 28 days, which for me as a small creator is phenomenal. It's phenomenal. It's nothing like the big guys, but for me that is phenomenal. So if you are sat there, I sent him a link to your stream. I'll admit I never thought he would jump on, but it shows how much of do you know what, he comes across as a nice guy. But thank you so much for that, Psychic, for doing that. Very much appreciated as well. Very much appreciate. I don't think you were here when I said earlier, because of the issues I had yesterday on stream, and it was more probably in here than in reality. The amount of people who have reached out directly to me, just with a bit of support, with information, with evidence, with all sorts. I've had several people reach out who's gone back and looked at my old live streams. I mean, some of them are many hours long, and they've skipped through them to find the instance of the customer coming originally, and being slightly forgetful about what equipment he left, we'll say. So I feel so humbled, and I was saying this to James earlier on when we were messaging each other on text, quite humbled for the community and the support, because I was feeling quite low and down yesterday, and then I had a couple of haters show up as well on chat and things like that. So you do feel a little bit battered and bruised when you put so much into it, because this ain't easy, and it's tiring, and you do feel so much, or I certainly do, overwhelming appreciation when, like the 10 gifted subs earlier, I struggle to kind of get my head around why people would want to do that. I know why people do it, but it's difficult for me to understand why. And the support for it is brilliant. But anyway, I'm not going to start rambling, because I'll start crying. It's like an Oscar acceptance speech, isn't it? We don't want to be doing that. It's been a while since I've done one of them. So we'll get back onto this. I do ramble. We're going to use our magic power adapter board, like I've just explained, which will emulate the chargers, and we will plug this in here. Oh, that one doesn't go in there. Is this a different size? It is not one of those. We need our other box. It's not one of those. It looks more like, is it a yellow? No, it's smaller than a yellow. It's definitely not that one. Is it yeah? Is it that yellow? Sure, it's a yellow. Yeah, it's that yellow there. Oh, I don't need our magic box. So we'll plug this in and see where it goes. It's not USB-C, no. It doesn't even have a USB-C port on it. It's an old Lenovo, this. Customer says it's not powering on, and occasionally it will come on and then go off, and will come on and then go off. So it's a tricky one to say. But we're sat at 19.5 volts there, so we'll plug this in and just see if it pulls any current. We've got no charge. No charge light going on, but we are pulling. You see it pulling in a little bit of 0.22 of an amp. I'm only streaming until 8 o'clock, gentlemen. I will give you forewarning, 20 minutes. So I'm only I'm streaming for about another 20 minutes. I'll be knocking it on the head because it was only going to be a quick stream tonight. I just need the. I need to love you all, and no problem. No problem. Well, enjoy the Dark Psychic, and thank you once again for sharing my stream. Thank you so much, and we'll catch up very, very, very soon. You know what they say, what goes around comes around. Yeah, it does. It's just booted after days. I know. Right. See you later, Psych. PMC or BIOS. Yeah, could be. Ooh, that hinges a bit. Do you know what I thought it was? Because his hinge is actually broke. You can't really see it flexed on here, but the internal hinges. You can see that flexing. You may have to see it reflections maybe a little bit more, but it is flexing with that. So his internal hinge here is broke, where the power adapter goes. And I was worried that he'd done something with that. But we don't have a charge light, but we'll see if we can post. That's the power button. It's responding to power. We've got picture. Guys, I've got 92% battery picture. And I would imagine if I zoom out, this is going to be doing... Now, it just came on, did the picture. Where's my kiwi girl? Hold my beer. Oh dear. The current fluctuated. Yeah, it did. As you were flexing. Do you know what I thought it might have been? I thought it might have been, as I say, something loose under here where the metal hinged bracket was causing some type of thing, because it is moving probably by about 1 millimetre upwards. I can feel it flexing upwards. Let me disconnect power again. We will just push in here again. It's pulling an amp. Oh, right. We do have picture. It goes off, and it gets stuck at that. Now, what he was saying was he'd have to punch this button a few times. So I'm just wondering, with it being a Lenovo, whether we can put it into diagnostic mode with a little pin, because it could be a keyboard issue. So it's come on now, but I think I might have moved that. He says he's got to hit it a few times sometimes. So it's gone back to 0.17. Not going to touch it. Let's leave it for, yeah, mucky button. I'm thinking it might be the same. Does that seem about right though for standby current draw? 160 milliamps, 170 milliamps. Does that sound about right? Seems a little bit high to me. One, right, two. I'm not pushing it too hard. It's going down all the way. Yeah, it shouldn't be though. I was saying that I'm not. It's not got a centre sense pin on this one. There's no sense pin on this Lenovo. It's just a round charger. Just a round charger. So just plug it back in. I think it posts when you first plug it back in, because we can. Or it's booting and it's saying 93% on battery. So battery's nice and full. Don't go any further than that. So I'm going to try and keep the chassis still. Press once, nothing. Press twice, a bit harder, nothing. Press much harder, it's going to start pushing my finger through the desk. It's not that. Repeatedly pressing. It's not responding to power button at all. So let's go on the reset switch at the side. So press it now. Right, so come on. Let's go to BIOS. BIOS. We do have a BIOS screen. We've got a terrible reflection with the light. I'll get that one off. It's probably got an outdated BIOS. I wouldn't expect anything other, but I'm not interested in doing the BIOS at this stage. Let's see if it responds to power button. So I'm going to try and turn it off with power button. I think it's the keyboard. Yeah. Now, keyboard is working, but power button's not working. But the power button is illuminated. That's me pressing and holding power button. Nothing. Yeah. He says he's got to bash it a lot. I think the power button is just... I think it's power button issue on here. Because everything else on keyboard, well, I'm saying everything else. Keys are working, up and down, cursor keys are working. I obviously can't check any other because of that. I can try and load into his BIOS, exit discarding changes. Let's see if it'll just do a reboot. I can boot in. I might be able to. Right, so we're getting a boot. I think that's put press power more as you move LCD. Okay, let me just get back to a, because this should give me an idea whether I can. Right, mouse is working. Touchpad I can't show you because it's got customer personal information on it. But now interesting. He has an on-screen keyboard coming up. He has an on-screen keyboard on screen. So would that say to me, right, F key's not working. R, T, G, F isn't working. Now they are working. Oh, like that. Right, I think this has got a faulty keyboard. And I'm going to tell you why in a second. I can't show you this screen, but because I'm only looking at a post screen. Let me see if he did send me his password. Let me see if I can log it in, and then I'll put my keyboard tester on. Right, that's not him. I think that's it. So let me just see. Right, just let me log in as him, and then I'll put my keyboard tester on, and then we'll see where it is. That's good. The pin number isn't going in. Yeah, I think he's aware that he's got a. I think he's aware that he's got a fault on keyboard because he has the keyboard tester coming on. I'm just going to flip this to face cam so I can sit it up properly and I can see, because I am looking at his desktop now and his work and whatnot. So I just want to shut this down because he's got all sorts of stuff open which I don't want to look at. Close that. Oh, he's got Kaspersky on here. Good lad. I like Kaspersky. And move that out of the way. And he's got a clock on there. Let me just bring Dropbox. Here we go. Let's get my memory stick up. Diagnostics software. Diag and keyboard tester. Minimize that, and I don't think I'm just trying to get to a point where I can show you a screen. That's all I'm doing, gents. I'm not hiding anything on purpose. I'm just getting to a point where I can show you a screen without any customer information on. And I think that is okay. So I'm going to just put this back down. I'm not going to connect it to OBS at all, but this will give us an idea on keyboard performance. So this is just a simple, any better? Simple keyboard tester. Customer bashes it a lot to information. Check power ribbon cable, loose keyboard ribbon pins. Yeah, take keyboard out and clean and replace. Yeah, I replaced my Lenovo keyboard. Needed to. Plastic unwell. I know they are an absolute pain, Nick, to do. 10 minutes and counting. Oh, is that what it? 8 minutes and counting now, Mookie. 8 minutes. So this should turn the keys orange, as you can see. So I'm just going to run through every key on here on the keyboard, and we will see which ones aren't registering. I'm doing it in the dark, but you'll have a good idea. So bottom row. So we can see on here. Oh, I can't really see on your screen. That's darn annoying. Can't really see because of the contrast on it. Yeah. So anyway, you're going to have to trust my word on here. If I stand it up like that and go down further, would that work? There we go. You can see now. So I've run through every key on the keyboard there. Just by simply doing that. You can see when I'm pressing them, it's acknowledging key presses, but it's not doing it on the keys which are still grey. So what I have noticed is that the key number 4 has a big dint on it. So I think, I'm almost positive that this will, I've not tried the F keys, but it's irrelevant because we can see enough of them aren't working. I would imagine I've probably missed enter key. Yeah, I have. So I have missed a couple, but you can see I'm running from 3 to 6 and it's missing 4 and 5. Now 4 definitely feels like it's got a dint in it, but you can see I'm running across here. So I'm thinking it's the keyboard. So I think I need to have a conversation, see what he wants to do, reference the keyboard, whether he wants me to change it. If you've replaced one of these, you know how awkward and tricky these can be. But I think the power button is related to the keyboard, because obviously the power button is on the keyboard. It's obviously the top corner, and there's no responsiveness off it at all. Does Alt F4 work? Well, turn microphone off. Alt F4 is a shutdown command, isn't it? So Alt is working, F4 is working as independent keys. Alt F4 wouldn't work as a power on thing. I can shut it down by going to start and shut down. Mouse touchpad is working absolutely fine, and rest of it's working fine. It's just that was a fail. Yeah, lots great. I would say with the damage I can see, certainly if you look at the number 4 button here, there's definitely impact damage on there. That should be there, and you can just see I've got my finger under it. That was there. There's a dent there. There's a big chip missing out of this key here, which you can't really see, but there's a chip missing here. There's a break on the keyboard. I think it's probably damaged the keyboard underneath, and ideally it needs a palm rest because it's broken. It needs a hinge replacing it or repairing under here as well. Yeah, it looks like a frustration, don't it? Yeah, maybe. It's an older Lenovo, this anyway. I mean, keyboard's well worn anyway. You can see a lot of the shiny things on it. I'm reluctant. I might give that button a spray, but we all know it's not really going to affect anything because it's probably the membrane underneath the button rather than the actual contact in there, because there's no contact with the way it works. You can shut down if those you have no windows open. It will on your desktop, just close the desktop base. Yeah, I think punch keyboard. It is that, but yeah, it's Windows 11 as well. So what I'm going to do is shut down and do that. I think I'm going to be ringing him and just saying, I know what's wrong with it. It's the keyboard. I will say to him that he can start if he's really struggling, because he must. He's got an on-screen keyboard coming on. I've an Acer that has a faulty key. Been putting it off for £17 for a Scandinavian layout or plastic wells to replace for the UK one. I'll only fit the UK ones obviously, but it's the time which is involved on them. It's just so time consuming. You can be looking at a couple of hours job at least, just to disassemble, cut them all out, put the keyboard in, re-weld it back up and put them all together. Yeah, it's this side. I think it's more to do with the damage from the hinge. I think that's what's probably caused most of it, because it has broke, say, a little bit of the key here. The number 4's completely off, but that could be something else. But I think it's probably done something from here. But because it's like that which is damaged, they obviously go in sections. I love doing the work. I've got a special soldering iron I use for it. Yeah, a used one. If I could get hold of a full palm rest, which is already pre-built, it is. I normally say to customers, if we can get hold of a full palm rest, you pay more for the part, but the installation is cheaper, as opposed to just buying the keyboard, because customers will look at the keyboard and go, it's 20 quid for a keyboard, why are you charging me I don't know, 60, 80, 100 quid or whatever. And I'll go, it's because of the time involved. So you pay a lot for my labour. Where if you replace all that, it's a bit cheaper on labour, but your part's more expensive. So it's the same pros and cons, but you can't always get a full palm rest and everything else. I have done a couple where we've opted for a palm rest, and it's easier, or you've got to get a keyboard and it's a different colour keyboard. I've had to do some of those as well, where I've had to put keyboards in a different colour because you cannot get the right colour keyboard. But it is just more consuming. I would say it might use an external keyboard, because the amount of keys which aren't working on here, there's no way you could type, because I saw what it had open. You obviously use it for office tasks, and you can't. I mean, you even be able to surf the internet by typing the search result in there. And you can't really use the on-screen keyboard. I think he has the on-screen keyboard for maybe logging into it or something, and then switching over to maybe a Bluetooth keyboard or something. But the problem thing, what's going to cause him the issue, is the power on key. I'm not too sure in Windows 11 whether I can set it to come on with screen opening. Don't think you can. And you can't do that in the BIOS, can you? You can set a wake-up timer. But what I might have to suggest to him, if the power button has gone and he don't want to do it and he wants to continue using the laptop, is to use some type of pin like that. I did rewire the switch on one of these, you know, the diagnostic switch, and I put an external switch on it, so you could actually get to it with your finger. Basically brought the little thing out so you could actually just press the side here, where it's recessed, where you use a needle or pin or something, and I brought it so it was right to the outside so you could get it with your finger and do that. It did take you into the diagnostic BIOS screen, but you could just then say, I want to go for normal startup. So you could turn it on there, press enter, and it would just go straight through, as opposed to just turning it on normally. So if they don't want to replace the keyboard and they want to continue using the laptop, that is an option. So again, it's the idea is keeping the customer alive with it all and everything else. But again, that's a conversation. So that was a relatively quick one with that one. What make or model is it? It is a Lenovo. Oh dear, no model on it. No model on it. It has been completely rubbed off. There's no markings on the back at all. Is it on here? It is, says Lenovo. There's not a model number on it anywhere. Yeah, no model anywhere on it. So I don't even know what it was to say that. So yeah, I couldn't even. I would imagine if I can get a keyboard, keyboards themselves will be somewhere between £15 and £30. Generally on the lower side, sub 20s, and labour's normally two hours ish to do the job. So yeah, it's going to be just one for a conversation. Where did I put my thermal camera? There it is. I don't want to lose that, do I? Lose my thermal camera. Put that back in there. If there is anybody in chat who hasn't liked or subscribed, please hit that like button, or ideally the subscribe button, mainly because I am at 596 subscribers and I would love to get to, 597, sorry. I would love to get to 600 subs, but can't do that without people hitting that button. Label inside, yeah, there's nothing. There is no ID markings anywhere on it. It has been completely, it's like one of the Men in Blacks. It's had its identity erased. It could be Will Smith's laptop. There's nothing on it at all. There's a Lenovo badge here and a Lenovo badge on the front, and nothing at all on the back, apart from a couple of screws missing. Yeah, nothing on the base. It probably is in the base cover. Probably is in the base cover. I'm going to have a conversation with the customer and just basically say, thingy bob on logo on screen keyboard and then plug USB. Yeah. The USB keyboard will work, but I won't have anything with the on and off button on. Next. Thank you, Mr. PD. Great stream. Yes, guys, I said 8 o'clock I was going to shoot, and I need to cook tea. My daughter's in there as well. She's been watching a film and painting. I'm hoping she just painted a thing that I bought her, what she said she was going to do, as opposed to the living room wall. Who knows? Who cares? But been a brilliant stream, in fairness. We've all enjoyed a little bit of pizza. So yeah, that was a nice surprise. Whole ticket, kept up with it, and yeah, I didn't get as excited as I did get excited, but I curbed my enthusiasm more this time around because I am learning to do that. But and thank you for the 10 gifted subs again. I don't know how to pronounce your name. Ankia, I don't know. But thank you very much for your very kind generosity to both myself and the community for very kind offer of the 10 gifted subs on there. There is a members only video which has now gone public as well. So please check out that video. And yeah, enjoy. Russ is in chat. Russ, if you want to put your thing on there, you're more than welcome to. If you don't know who Russ is, guys, please check out Russ Repairs. It does a lot of console repairs and things like that. Very much like me, a new streamer, goes a long way. We just get a bit of thumbs up and a bit of likes and a bit of subscribe. So please check out Russ as well. He's just smashed the 500 sub mark and he's raced above, I think he's at 550 something now. So he's doing an amazing job as well. But can't do it without you guys as well. Just like a lot of other people in. But yeah, thanks again, guys. I will probably... I have got several things on, but I'm probably not going to stream tomorrow because when you do it on stream, it takes a lot longer than doing it not on stream. And I've got other things on tomorrow as well. So I might stream Saturday morning because I've got a few things coming in Saturday morning, don't know yet. And then I'm in hospital for 2 days next week, Tuesday, Wednesday next week. I'm in hospital, so I certainly won't be streaming Tuesday or Wednesday, so probably Monday. I've got a hospital pre-check on Monday morning, first thing. Then after that, I might come back and do a stream on Monday until, don't know, depending on how much work going on, quite a bit piling up. So I might do that, and then say Tuesday, Wednesday, I'll be out of action, and then hopefully back on it Thursday, Friday of next week. So have a brilliant weekend, guys. If I don't catch up with you, enjoy what you do. Do what you enjoy and really enjoy yourself and make the most of every day. And we will catch up very soon. See you later, guys. Thanks again. Bye-bye.